For the snow is falling soft and white, town's all tucked in for the night. But down in the bakery, warm and bright, the baker's got his oven light. He's kneading dough with a knowing grin, making honey buns rise again, sweet and golden, sticky within, for the girls who've been nice, my friend. Baker's honey buns, warm and sweet, glazed just right for a midnight treat. The red-breasted tits sing soft and low. Who's been naughty, who's been nice, he knows. He'll check her twice, oh yes he will, sliding slow with that sugary thrill. Baker's honey buns fresh from the heat, the naughtiest girls get the biggest treat. That little tit with a ruby chest flies from window to window, no time for rest. He peeps and he tweets, he knows what's best, which stockings are hung with a little request. He chirps to the baker, this one's been bold, she's dreaming of glazing, or so I'm told. So he loads up his tray with buns of gold and delivers them piping hot, truth be told. Baker's honey buns, warm and sweet, glazed just right for a midnight treat. The red-breasted tits sing soft and low. Who's been naughty, who's been nice, he knows. He'll check her twice, oh yes he will, sliding slow with that sugary thrill. Baker's honey buns fresh from the heat, the naughtiest girls get the biggest treat. Down slow, oh those buns rise just right, don't you know? So hang up your stocking by the firelight, leave the back door open tonight. If that little tit sings your name just right, you'll wake up sticky and feeling alright. Baker's honey buns, warm and sweet, perfectly glazed for your Christmas treat. The red-breasted tit told him clear and precise, you've been naughty, and he checked you twice. Baker's honey buns, so nice.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, what if any you might be, and happy Merry New England's Day. What? It's New Year's. Well, what do you say to New Year's? Well, Happy New Year. Okay. Why did you make that into New England? Because I'm slightly retarded? Could be. But today will be a shorter stream because our king speaks to us today at noon Eastern time. So I'm thinking, get on it, get out of here. This is also a day with phone extraction. So I'm probably going to skip forward through all of the technical mumbo jumbo. And we can just have a little bit of court and get a little more done, because next week there will be a live trial that I have been thinking about covering. I know Melanie is looking at it as well. There's also a case starting on the 12th, so I might I'll assess the situation, because it's two kind of interesting cases coming up. So let's just get on with this one. I said New England because I miss Gabby. Yes. Or Gabby bewitched me yesterday with her witch powers, and because everyone from Massachusetts is a witch. That's just how it is. Salem, you know. And she mumbo-jumboed her way through all the weird names. Worcester. No. It's Worcester. And maybe that's why I'm confabulated. Maybe it's because I was streaming till 1:30 with the wonderful AJ last night. Who knows? Do you ever sleep? No, not lately. Sadly, I've been running on 3.5 to 4 hours of sleep. That makes an old man a little confuserated. So, whatever I say, I don't take account of. Um, but Happy New Year to all of you. And thank you all for stopping by and choosing the Baker Express for your transportation into New Year's Eve. And I hope you all have your dinner prepared and everything ready so you can just jump at it. I found a sirloin steak and I'm gonna make some oven baked potatoes and some béarnaise sauce, and I think that'll be great. Watch a movie, go to bed early so I don't have to listen to all the fireworks, and if I can get my fat ass out of bed, I might do a New Year's stream when it becomes New Year for you weirdos who doesn't follow a correct timeline. But let's talk about that later. Maybe I'll just crash and sleep till the New Year. Who knows? Um, Everything can go either way because I'm running on fumes. But hey, that's not your problem. That's a me problem. That's why you have caffeine and Colombian party powder. It wouldn't be Worcester. There's no CH. It would be Worcester. C itself sounds like S. Only grammar I have ever learned. Well, C can also be a K. That's why Caesar is not really Caesar. He's Kaiser. That's where the word Kaiser came from because that's how Caesar or Caesar uh, really was pronounced back in the day. Later, the Brits just made it into Caesar because they use a C instead of an S, but it could just as well be a K. Just a CH will make an S sound, and C alone can make a K sound, like in cake. I blame everything on the Yanks. You left the drunk kangaroo to see my baker. Oh, don't do that. I uh, I was trying to get to bed this morning, and I stumbled into one of those spaces. Normally, I don't go there, but I saw some people I followed were on there and thought, oh, maybe it's reasonable people. Holy fucking Christ, what's wrong with people on the interwebs? That's these people are insane. They're just sitting and everyone is just confirming, hey, everyone else is an asshole. Do you have any proof of that? No, I just don't like them. Okay. Well, let's call them all assholes. So do we have Kaiser rolls or Caesar roll? You have Kaiser rolls because it's the involvement of Caesar. And Brandon coming in hot and heavy with a pink boy saying, I just think we should just keep the voting clean, all ignore all of my Twitter comments and delete Val's ballot stuffing efforts, or I can have my friend who is a counsel to the Illinois House of Representative and County Sheriff scoop baby Buddha up. Well, I am trusting that Jemima is making sure this year that Valhalla's ballot stuffing won't be as big a problem. Remember that the final vote will be tomorrow. We're going to start the Buckeyes tomorrow at 10 Eastern, where the final say will be from the audience. So Valhalla will cheat his way to number one on the list of candidates, but Chad will have the final say. And not that I am biased or anything, but this stream has been promoted by Brandon for Mod of the Year. So we will in no way try and tip the scale, but please read the Chiron in the bottom and go vote in the Buckeyes to make sure that Brandon will be on the list so the audience can choose the correct mod of the year tomorrow, not the cheater Valhalla, who will try and come on and bedazzle you with his goat-like eyes. Thank you so much, Brandon. I thought I was bad drunk chatting. Lily is on Spaces. I don't know. That's why chalk and cock are so similar, or is that just too hard in the morning? Oh my. Chalk sounds like it has a U in it. Hey, Tessia. Never fix typos, misspellings. Don't even look for them. Just let them be. Well, I'm trying to read what you think instead of what you spell. I locked these votes down day one. No recent effect. Just go vote for me. Exactly. Go vote for Brandon. But stay off Spaces. It's the place where the hyenas live. But let's get to the more important part of the fun day today. Did he do it or didn't he do it? And so far, not a lot of evidence other than her friends didn't like him because he drank vodka straight out of the bottle. Or as Sue calls it, oh, he was having mouthwash.
Therapist record.
Place on the record before we get started.
Your Honor, the state would like to be heard on the issue of the therapist record, but now is the appropriate time. I'm prepared to address the court. Thank you, Your Honor. And I appreciate the opportunity to review the case law that applies to what defense counsel is seeking to do with these therapy records. I know the court.
What is that? What you want to do with records? I don't know.
No, I'm refuting. We do not believe defense counsel has even reached the threshold of admissibility under the rules of evidence to have these therapy records admitted whole cloth. And here's why, Your Honor. If you look at these medical records and these therapy records, they contain not only medical diagnoses, but statements purported to be from Emily Noble. The case law and the hearsay exceptions state that when you are considering admitting a medical diagnosis as a business record, the court must engage in a multi-pronged analysis. And there are multiple prongs of this analysis that counsel does not meet. Namely, Your Honor, and I'll give you the case, just let me give it for you. And this is coming directly from our very own Court of Appeals here in Delaware County, the 5th District, State v. Boyer. The case, and I'll provide this to you, Your Honor, if you want. It is 2015, Ohio 4951. In that case, the court held and reiterated that in order for the record to come in, not only are several things that have to be done, but I'm going to point out the things that counsel cannot meet. Specifically, that the diagnosis must not have rested solely upon the subjective complaint of the patient. The diagnosis must have been made by a qualified person. We have no statement.
Is there a diagnosis in these records?
We believe that the records that yes, there are notes from the therapist regarding diagnoses. If the court looks at the records as a whole, you will see those. If the use of the record is for the purpose of proving the truth of the matter asserted at trial, it must be the product of the parties seeking its admission. These are not the product of the defense seeking its admission. The diagnosis must have been the result of a well-known and accepted objective testing and examining practices and procedures. We have no evidence of that contained in the affidavit submitted, Your Honor. So that's the one part of the analysis as to whether or not the hearsay contained in these records of the medical diagnosis are admissible. And they simply are not, because counsel cannot meet this threshold. And this threshold is reiterated by other cases that I can provide to the court. The other analysis the court must look at are these statements contained in there that say, client reported. Client being Emily Noble's statement to the therapist. And counsel is seeking to admit those, I'm not sure under what basis. Is it statement for a medical purpose? Is it statement as a business record? It is not statement contained in a business record. If it's statements for a medical purpose, we have to have testimony that shows that these statements were made and applied for a medical purpose or diagnosis. You cannot infer that the statements made by Emily Noble to her therapist had anything to do with her diagnosis. There has to be expert testimony to that fact. The custodian of records is not qualified to make that opinion. And Your Honor, I can point to case law for the state, or for the court regarding it. State v. Holmes, 2003, Ohio 4092. There must be foundational testimony to admit statements for medical purposes. The custodian of records, specifically in State v. Holmes, the court said is not in a position to provide that foundational testimony, Your Honor. Now, regarding defense counsel's assertion that she wants to use these records with Detective Grubbs, that's simply improper. And the case that establishes that, Your Honor, is Henry McKenzie, 1994, Westlaw 667972, where the court indicated that Evidence Rule 803 does not permit a witness to give hearsay testimony of the content of business records based solely upon the review of those records. That is exactly what she would be asking Detective Grubbs to do. The rules and the case law simply do not allow that, Your Honor.
Congratulations, Brandon. You got your Christmas present this year. But yeah, maybe it's because the pool boy is having a week off.
I have additional cases for Your Honor to support the state's position.
What did Detective Grubb do with the records when he obtained them as part of his investigation?
He reviewed them.
Was that part of his evaluation in terms of whether or not the case ought to be presented to the grand jury?
I can't speak for Detective Grubbs regarding that, but I
guess we need to find that out.
the decision on whether or not to present a case to the grand jury is the prosecutor's office decision.
Well, I understand the process, but I'm saying part of his, I mean, obviously you receive information from the investigating officer as to all the facts he's gathered. How does he use these records, if at all, regarding part of his determination that the case ought to go forward?
And Your Honor, if you want to inquire, or if counsel wants to inquire of Detective Grubbs outside the presence of the jury before his testimony, I would make that suggestion. But reviewing the records is not enough to allow him to testify from them.
Can you have those cases you referred to there?
Yes. So
Bring those up and we finish up there.
Yep, I can email them to Nicole, Your Honor, if you would like email copies, or do you want my hard
I would
copies?
like a hard copy right now.
You're asking me to make a decision pretty quickly, so you might as
So, Your
well.
Honor, I'm asking you not to make a decision pretty quickly. Counsel brought this on the court.
You want me to make a decision sometime, right?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
So
but
that's
we're-
fairly quickly if it's
We're
today.
here because defense counsel filed their motion during
This lady needs to calm down.
lunch. All right, Your Honor? We're not asking you to do anything because they want the records admitted.
Okay, I think I understand your argument. If you can give me those copies, I appreciate it. Your cases.
Yes, right now, Your Honor. Bring them all up. Excuse my scribbles and highlighting.
Thank you. All right, anything you'd like to say as to how we should proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. We did file a motion on this, just briefly, citing hearsay evidence rule 8033, 8034, and 8036. I would just note, Your Honor, that part of the business records exception, which is 8036, that I know this court is familiar with, is particularly with respect to medical records, is part of the justification, if you will, is that the therapist in this situation, that being Angel Kessler, would have no reason, right, to input inaccurate information in a medical record, because by definition, that information is coming to her in a medical setting. I would just say that 8033, 8034, and 8036, I believe, get us into those records in under each of those rules. I just want to address the relevancy issue. I think this is clearly a case about either it's a murder or it's a suicide. It's just as simple as that. And these records are from August 19th to August 2019 to November 2019, the time period in between Joey's suicide and Emily's remains being found. Joey's suicide is directly relevant and dispositive of the issue, given that he was found in a very similar way, hanging in a wooded area. Your Honor, I also think they're relevant with respect to rebut Amy Thomas's testimony, which is that Emily only went to counseling as a result of a condition of FMLA, which is not accurate. The medical records speak for themselves as to why she sought counseling in August of 2019. Lastly, I want to say that.
And you do kind of imply that she's there because of FMLA. I hear what you're saying.
You mean because of the disability for which she qualifies under FMLA?
Now, there's some language in the record that seems to give an indication she's there because of that, but it's not definitive. But go ahead. Okay. I don't mean to get you off base.
Please. And I don't disagree that to qualify for FMLA, you need to have a diagnosis of some sort. Your Honor, I also would just say to the court, I think the records, the treatment history and the counseling records themselves is separate and apart from the single line of diagnosis that is in the records. The diagnosis, which is in the records, which the state has argued about this morning, if the court should think that the records come in but the diagnosis doesn't, absent any additional testimony, I have no issue with that. We can redact the diagnosis, which is the one or two lines, I think at the bottom of the page, and then at the end of the counseling records, I know that the therapist changes the diagnosis. We have no issue with the diagnosis being removed to address the issues of that the state has raised. Otherwise, Your Honor, we would rest on our motion.
Do you, what particularly, are you looking for statements that she made in here or statements made by the counselor or both?
Statements made by the counselor, Your Honor? No. And I think that falls under the diagnosis. Statements made by Emily as to present sense impression, what she was undergoing, what she was feeling and thinking at the time immediately following Joey's death. The counseling records do begin in August of 2019, and so I believe present sense impression as to what she was thinking and feeling on the heels of that suicide. Particularly, Your Honor, I also think it's relevant because in their opening argument, and I understand it's just argument, the state argued how she was brave and how she had rebounded.
I already ruled that's not coming in.
Okay.
If we did talk about the records, we're redacting that aspect of any conversation about what occurred when she was 7 years old.
No, separate issue, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm saying thematically they were saying that Emily wouldn't have killed herself after Joey because she had rebounded from so much suicide before. But the records also rebut that rebounding issue because she's clearly struggling after Joey's suicide, and the records speak to themselves on that. So I'm not seeking to get into therapist statements. Again, I've already said my thoughts on the diagnosis.
Happy New Year, M. Spire. It must be close to New Year down where you are at.
Also, Your Honor, I respect the court's order with respect to the allegation about prior sexual abuse. The court wants to redact that from the records. No issue there either. I think the Joey suicide is directly relevant, and for the hearsay exceptions that I stated, I think the records come in. I want to say one last thing as to how I would use them with Detective Grubbs. When I say use them, I think the records speak for themselves. I would be obviously work with opposing counsel to redact the areas that I've just mentioned, but my anticipation of Detective Grubbs would be something along the lines of this. During the course of your investigation, did you or other members of your office subpoena mental health records for Emily Noble? Yes, we did. From where did you get those records? When did you tell the jurors the time frame when she sought mental health treatment from Serenity? Boom, boom. Show him the exhibit. Done. The records speak for themselves. I don't need his interpretation of them. That's not what I would seek, and I wouldn't seek. I think they speak for themselves, and they would go back as an exhibit, and if the jurors were interested in them, they could read them.
Your Honor, may I respond briefly?
Happy New Year,
Sure.
KDP.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, counsel is saying that Emily Noble's statements regarding in therapy are present sense impression. However, the state has been prohibited every step of the way from eliciting testimony regarding Emily's present state of mind after she suffered a tragedy, and I'm using defense counsel's word, specifically with witness Amy Thomas. That's a lot of tragedy. When counsel went through absolutely everything that's happened in Emily's life, the state was prohibited from following up as to Emily's present sense impression. It's quite disingenuous to now argue that these records containing her statements should be admissible when the state has been hamstrung by the objections to allowing that testimony to come in. Your Honor, with respect to these records, now counsel says, yes, last night it was, we wanted it in whole cloth. Now it's, oh no, we can pick and choose what we send back to the jury. Your Honor, these records and the rules of evidence exist to protect the truth and veracity contained in the records, to redact and parse them out without having the therapist or an expert to lay the foundational testimony for the jury to understand what is contained in those records. There's just no legal basis to do that, Your Honor. And I point again to State v. Holmes that says a custodian of records, which is the only thing counsel has provided by way of affidavit, is wholly not able to opine on whether or not statements contained in medical records are made for the purpose of medical diagnosis. We have no one here that will come in and say that right now, Your Honor. And until that happens, those records and the statements contained therein should not be put before the jury.
All right. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll bring jury in. Good. Ready to go? Conversation.
James Howell, H-O-W-E.
And, sir, where are you currently employed?
City of Columbus, Division of Police.
What do you do for the...
I always visit my local tire shop on New Year's. Then I know it will be a good year. Good one, M. Spire.
City of Columbus, Division of Police.
I currently work in our digital forensics unit.
And this is always a loaded question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Can you explain to the jury what digital forensics, what is that?
Skip.
And how long have you been working in that? In
Alabama. I've also trained.
a lot of those, would they entail cell phones?
Yes.
Like,
2000.
for a law enforcement officer.
Yes.
Can you explain to the jury what that training entails?
I trained.
So, out to you in order to do a cell phone analysis.
There's a couple different ways that we do it. Either We're going to talk to the detective. We're going to figure
A
network.
little bit more, please.
Again, it'll simple. We're going to leave it off until it will pull
Accessible to you. Okay. Assuming the device is on and accessible to you, and assuming you have legal authority to then
the card from the device
And-
and get tools that we can use to get you.
information off the phone as possible.
Yes.
What types of
Tracking we
now? Why would you want to use the digital copy to
fifth solve mess for us.
of what is on the physical phone? That extraction or that image, and you're reviewing that.
Where it parses that type of data, so there might be data
Now, you mentioned a few times something called physical analyzer.
and
The physical,
detectives who are very good at going through the data and they want to manually go through it. The detectives, it's a pared down version of physical analyzer. Basically, it allows the detectives or prosecutors with that
again, that process, does that change any of the pixel
format they want to
you about this case?
Yes.
And did you assist him with working through the extractions in this case and going through those digital items?
Yes.
Yeah, especially this laying foundation with witnesses.
Items Exhibit 13, 14, and 15.
These are extraction reports from the Apple iPhone.
Just to clarify something, sir, State's Exhibit 14. I'm going to point to an area in the middle there. I believe you mentioned that was these are iPhones. Was State's Exhibit 14 a different type of phone?
Yes, I'm sorry. That's a Samsung Galaxy.
I'm going to put up one of these reports that we just identified, State's Exhibit 15. I just want to walk through this. So, sir, there's a screen there next to you. Feel free to draw in there if you think it.
Rated the report of whether in user to be the
Generally, we're looking at
connect.
Just get to
page
what's on the
2 of
phone.
9. Okay. Now going to page 3 of 9.
So it's how I was able to identify
This area of the report and what information generally that
kind
of phone what's that activity sensor data. What type of information?
data issue number or 200 of
And
the extra reporter just because the
Get to the
that-
report.
is you can search the whole inler that
what's that?
did you
Skip that file.
you'll
Call. Push the calendar and call logs. These are things that I can pull my phone out and search on my physical phone, correct?
yes
Underline.
see it's between like Facebook Mess and Apple to see that
There appear to be
if you're taking photographs and you have like location services enabled, if you're using GPS on like an application at that point, we'd be able to pull some information from there.
And the next item I want to look at.
Knock, knock, who's there? Razor who? Raise a glass and toast to a happy new year. Hey, KDD, save us.
Is device events. The next one down from
We don't care about. We just want to know what's on
would
the
be
phone.
looking at format. Is
Yes.
that logged in anyway?
If you it's nature
What types of information would be
through things browser history, so the stock application
under this for you say marks for deletion. If I can
with
line up through or not timeline.
the timeline is all the artifacts grouped together by date and time. We just a photo.
What are we looking at there?
That's a lot of just data.
We've been
Okay, you have some?
Yeah, let's get to jury questions because all the rest of it is just this is how we obtain a cell phone record.
Jury has for you, and I'll just read these questions, and if you can answer them, please do.
Jamie, save us. It's cell phone data time again.
Ew.
Yeah,
Morning.
I skipped through the first. That's the first hour of today's court.
Okay.
It's the same thing like the guy yesterday. Yeah, you can see the location data. You can see deleted messages.
Hmm. So is he even going to be relevant? I can't remember.
He hasn't answered anything. He was just, we had an extraction of a phone.
Because, oh yeah, because the main detective will read the messages. Okay. Well, how are you doing? How's everybody doing?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
How are you a wannabe drug dealer?
Me?
No, Brandon's neighbor is a wannabe drug dealer.
Oh,
So you're just peddling some baby powder, not some of the good stuff.
a wannabe. Yeah, what does that mean? Hi, Christine.
Hey, Christine. Hey, Carmen.
Hi,
I was on with
Carmen.
Carmen last night. You were sleeping, but that was fun.
I went on there at like
Oh,
after 7, I think.
you waited till I left.
I didn't know you were even how long you're going to be on there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's okay, Jamie.
Well, you could have came back.
Yeah, because I left at 7:30 and I was up again at 11.
It was probably about 7:30 when I got on.
I know it's fine. You and Carmen were texting and saying, "Oh, the idiot's still here." Oh, I've been streaming with him all day. I can't handle it anymore.
Yeah, I can't. I waited till you left. It was nice.
Irish threatened my life.
I mean, are you shocked?
No. Katie says, "Hey, Jamie, I'm slightly new here, but someone said you're from Michigan. Me too. Me 3. Look, Jamie.
Oh, what area? And are you getting a lot of snow? We just got some snow. I'm so happy. It's so pretty.
Apparently, Sweden is getting half a meter of snow today.
Half a meter? What is
Yeah.
half a meter? We're talking normal
Learn.
terms.
Why is it always me?
Well, I don't have anything to Google.
Well, Google is international.
Well, I'm on my phone. I don't want to F anything up.
Half a meter is 19 inches.
19. Okay.
That's
A
pretty
decent
good.
size. Yeah.
It's a foot and 7.7 inches.
Wow. Do they ever really get that much?
Yeah, Sweden gets a lot of snow because they are out to the Baltic seas, so they don't have the same. We have the Gulf Stream going past our coastline, so we are hotter because the water is hotter. But in the Baltics, it'll just come straight over from Russia and Finland, and they can get a lot of snow. It's a northeastern part of Sweden that they have put out the warning for because it's going to be a lot, and but that's where the ski resorts are.
Oh, nice.
I'm about 30 minutes west of Detroit near Canton, Livonia area.
Okay. I'm closer to like Lansing, Flint area. So like between Lansing and Flint.
Yes, half a meter is 500 centimeters. So close.
Well,
No,
look at that.
it's 50 centimeters. Sorry, I was thinking kilometers. Yeah.
Oh.
Popping in to have somewhere to hang out before a job interview. Well, Emily Jane, who gets a new job on New Year's? That could be the perfect day to start a new job.
Exactly.
I hope you're gonna get the entire job you want and a massive package and everything.
Yeah, good luck, Emily.
Shax is in Grand Rapids.
Yeah. He's like
Is it Rapid or Rapids?
Rapids, Grand Rapids.
Okay, because it could be from the French where you don't. Maybe you stole it from France and it was Grand Rapide, and then you made it Grand Rapids. So you did this weird thing about chucking S's on everything in America.
I like how I love your Midwestern accent. Grand Rapids.
It's 30 degrees in. It's hotter in Denmark than it is in Texas.
It's 30 in Texas right now. That's child's play. I get for them. That's
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, please join the Discord and vote for Brandon as Mod of the Year. And Emily
like-
is in
yeah.
Michigan, close to Michigan, Fort Wayne, Indiana.
That's it. Yeah, right below Michigan. That's where Indiana is, where Mo's from.
Yeah, Mo is in, yeah. You voted for Val after railing against him all night. Shame on you. I didn't. I voted for Brandon. Not that I'm biased in any way, but yeah. This show is sponsored by Brandon for Mod of the Year. Sue woke up to 22 degrees and it's 20 in Rehoboth.
Okay.
Imagine I'm living in the Scandinavian countries and I'm sitting here saying, oh, it's a balmy, almost 40 Fahrenheit. Oh, I've been in shorts all day.
I know. I mean, there's snow on the ground, and I just walked outside in some sandals. I had to get my
Well, we
groceries.
haven't, you know, when it's cold, but there's no snow, where it's just frost on the ground.
Yeah.
That's all we had. It was so hot. I put a blanket on my windscreen so it doesn't freeze up. So you have to clean it in the morning. That was all wet this morning because it's been so hot.
When I visited, that weather was like my perfect. That would be my perfect like summer weather.
Yeah, anything above like 70 should just be banned.
Yes, I agree.
65 is probably the best temperature.
Yep. You don't need much more than that.
That feels like 17 indoor day. 17 is a little low. It was 24 yesterday when I shoveled. Felt like 3.
That's the problem here. Is like the temperature will say, "Oh, it's 24," but then you go like doing something, and it's like, but it feels like 2.
20 feels like 11 in situate something.
Skituate? Yeah, like what is that?
Yeah. Is it a place?
Is it? Yeah, is it a location?
It's probably Canada. And just like my Canadian girlfriend, it's fake. 65 is in fact the correct answer. It is.
Yep.
100. Well, you're also insane, so that
Yeah,
explains a few things.
I will say that is insanity.
I went to visit my sister one year, and it was probably like 36 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 degrees Celsius. So in the 90s, I left Denmark, and it was overcast and in the 60s, and then I came down there, and Geneva is that you fly in over the mountains to get down to the airport, so everything is just standing still in the air, and there's no wind or anything. And you just walk in and you can feel you're just pressing through the air because it's so hot and humid. I would murder someone if I had to live in those degrees.
Yeah. Yep. When it gets humid here, where you can't even like walk, like you take a step and you feel like your chest is gonna blow up because it's so heavy and everything just every step you take, like you feel like just you can't function. Oh, I hate it.
Jamie, it was in Massachusetts, so of course Scituate is pronounced Situate.
Situate.
Because anyone who saw those spellings would say, "Oh, Situate." It's pronounced Situate, like the situation. Hey, he was in on that show on television with that hoback. You know the one, the weird one, the ones who lived in a house and and he calls himself the situation.
Jersey Shore people?
I don't know. It would
Yeah.
explain a lot about Brandon if that's Jersey Shore people.
Yeah. I used to watch that show. It was a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
It was just awful. And these people were awful. But you know, I like Love After Lockup and 90 Day Fiance, so of course Jersey Shore is on the list.
Did you have any vegetables on your visit to Geneva? Vegetables. Why would I bring vegetables? Normally, when it's that hot, we'll just have like some grilled meat and some salad or something. No, but you can take the boy out of New Jersey, but you can't take the boy out of girls from and the herpes out of girls from New Jersey. Hey, Stace, you came just in time for our health advice of the day. Always double wrap in New Jersey.
Double wrap it.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you can see oh no, more ratchets in New Jersey. Jamie, back to all of this because that is what they call a sidestep.
Yep.
Ready? Thank you. Are the records extracted or collected on the iPhone saved anywhere else? In other words, if the phone is destroyed, say burned, would there be any way to retrieve information?
So two different ways, if I'm understanding the question correctly, is we can pull data from third parties, so cell phone carriers, we can go to Apple itself, individual specific applications, say if we have a Snapchat account or, we're able to identify any of those accounts. If a phone is damaged, it depends on the actual amount of damage. We have people who can repair those. For example, I have a phone that we were currently extracting data from that has a bullet hole through it. So it is possible, but it depends on the level of damage to get it from the device itself.
Thank you. If someone takes out a SIM card and puts in another, does the info on the phone go with the SIM card? Is it then lost if another SIM card is in its place? Those are two questions, maybe.
With that information, we would be able to track through the phone itself and through the cell phone carrier that SIM card exchange. There's identification numbers on the card, what's called an ICC ID and an MD number, an IMSI number. We would see that change, and the device does track that.
Okay. Will the web history include incognito mode?
Yes.
And will the search items include incognito mode?
Yes.
Were the items numbered for deletion, mainly deleted by the user? I'm not sure I can read the question. I'm sorry. Were the items numbered for deletion, mainly deleted by user or automatic?
Both. It would depend. We would have to go in and then look at that deletion and see what occurred. There are things that, like for applications, for example, where they will just automatically delete something, or you could have your text messages set up to delete, like with an iPhone, after a certain amount of time. So while that may not be user activity going in and manually deleting something, it would be the device, the system doing it.
And will the timeline list the items in the time zone of the phone at the time of the extraction?
Yes, we have ways that we can go in and look at that and ensure that it's the correct time zone, or at least the time zone that was on the device at the time.
All right. Thank you. Does that raise any questions for the state?
I hate to say one question, it always ends up more than that.
That's fine, as many as you want.
So you talked about the SIM card and a couple of the numbers that would log whether SIM cards were moved.
Yes.
Is the easiest way to think of that like a VIN number on a car?
Yes, the ICC ID number is essentially the serial number of that card. It's the one, if you've ever seen a SIM card, that's typically printed on the outside. The IMSI number is internal. It's on the SIM memory that we're able to extract. We can get that from the carrier also.
Nothing further. Thank you.
Oh, Jamie, were you here yesterday when I talked about the police being over close to my house?
Yeah. What happened?
77-year-old man was found unalived in his shed. And funny enough, I know a guy who's about that age who lives in those houses, and I don't like him. So, well, I really, let me just say, it would not be a bad start to a new year if I'm not saying that, but I really despise that fucking idiot. So, but he's around the same age. So,
Well, like, so was it?
they don't know. It just say they think it was a murder, but they don't know. They're not going to tell how because they're still investigating.
Okay, I didn't know
Because
if it
they
was
had been
like
out checking the
self-inflicted.
address yesterday and didn't see him. The windows have been, the blinds have, or the curtains have been pulled since November. And apparently he had lived alone for a long time, but the last year that he had a young man living with him. So, and if it's the guy I think about, he was a former sailor who had a Vietnamese girlfriend or wife for a long time, and then funny enough, he was a massively racist asshole, but he got married to one from Thailand, and didn't stop him from being a racist. But it could be him. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, you have to keep us all updated.
Purple Pixie says, "Sorry I'm late, but it's Mo's fault. Also, thanks for all the laughter last night on AJ's stream." Purple Pixie, I know you're talking to Jamie about the laughter because I didn't say anything funny. I was more
Whatever.
in awe of how degenerate Carmen was. I thought she was a good Christian channel, but that wasn't it. Did you know that about Carmen, Jamie?
She is sassy, just like all of us. Fits right in.
Carmen, I know it's going to show it on day 4. We don't know if it's him. They haven't released anything about it other than they found a person they believe was murdered because he was hidden in the shed. Who's Carmen? Carmen is the spawn of AJ alternative journal.
It always makes me think you're gonna say spawn of Satan.
Well, no, Abby is the spawn of Satan. This is Carmen. Carmen is the young lady that we raised money for her security gear at the prison in the beginning of December, end of November, I think. You wonderful people helped her out. So that's Carmen. Carmen is also part-time a YouTube streamer on her mom's channel, where Gabby has taken this sweet innocent girl and turned her into quite a handful.
Yeah, Carmen is so sweet and innocent. Gabby is the devil. No, never ever. Gabby's great. I love Gabby.
Gabby is evil.
She is not. None of them are evil. Carmen's sweet, Gabby's sweet, AJ's sweet. They're all great.
Well, they're evil to me.
Maybe it's just you.
That doesn't make it all right, Jamie.
Well, you're over here. Never mind. What didn't Baker do is the better question.
I showed up for a stream and I was sitting there and I was talking about Iris's Catholic beliefs and how she grew up in an interesting, diverse community in Mexico. How Gabby is probably part of the mafia in Massachusetts. All of these nice, innocent things. And then they just started pulling out whips and chains, and Gabby started yelling Worcester at me, which I think is some kind of spell that they use in Massachusetts. I don't know.
Spell.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Anastasia Stanek. But again, 92 years old, that's an amazing age to get to. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Jamie, not the hate.
What?
Any questions from the defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Just one. You used just now the term user activity, and I've heard you use usage before. I just want to, for the jury, make sure that that I'm understanding. User activity, would you agree with me, excludes data that may not be the exclusive result of human interaction with a device?
Yes.
So let me give you for instance. So if user activity excludes activities such as answered calls, read chats, that kind of thing. Does that make sense? User activity is when I'm really interfacing with my phone.
Yes.
And then there's usage, which is a different terminology. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how is usage defined?
They can be both. It would show usage if you're using like the application at the time, but there can be things that applications can update. They can send you notifications, stuff like that, and you could see that would be listed as usage. That device is, that application is being used at that time. I guess at that time it's active.
And so kind of the larger umbrella is usage, but user activity is when I'm interfacing with the phone.
Yes, and that's where the timeline would be really important, because you would want to look at the before and after of what's going on to determine if it's user activity or if it's just the application or whatever, doing something it's supposed to do.
Thank you. That'd be perfect.
Thank you, Dick. Appreciate it. Can we sit down?
No,
next one.
nothing with this.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Today.
Detective Stephen Grubbs, Grubbs.
There's Grubbs. Here he is.
And what is your current occupation, sir?
I am a detective for the Westerville Police Department.
And how long have you been a detective, sir?
From Tiffin University. By the way, this officer was injured. As in my light duty status, they essentially, if you remember when the To Catch a Predator stuff and all that was going on, all the online chatting and activity and stuff, while I was on light duty, they had me start chatting with guys online, ultimately trying to find, posing as a underage female and trying to find guys online looking to meet.
Was there a specific organization that you worked with for that?
At that time, no. As just out of a light duty status. Ultimately came back to full duty as a police officer. And then in 2009, I was one of the initial members of the Franklin County Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. And since then, I had served essentially a dual purpose. I would spend part of my week working as a uniformed patrol officer and part of my week with the ICAC task force.
And how long did you do that, sir?
I basically had that joint role from 2009 until I became a full-time detective in late 2017.
I want to turn your attention back to May 26th of 2020. Were you working as a detective that day?
Yes, sir.
What do you remember about how your day began?
Typically, how the day begins is we receive a briefing sheet. It's kind of a rundown of reports that the department has taken from the previous day. It's broken down by each shift and the type of report. It gives the report number and just usually like a 1 or 2 sentence synopsis as to what the report was about. Like if your, say, Officer Jones had gone out and taken a theft report from a car that had been broken into, it'd say, car broken into overnight, iPad stolen. Just as a thumbnail version as to what the reports were. So my day generally starts out by reviewing the reports taken from the previous day.
And did you see a report relating to a missing 52-year-old woman?
I did.
And what did you do when you saw that?
As that part of that thumbnail provides the report number itself, so I can then go into the system and actually pull up the report and read all the details that the patrol officer had taken. The exact location, what the narrative was, the dates and times, anything relevant to the report itself, I'm able to read it.
At some point, hopefully.
After you read the initial information, what did you do next?
I actually tracked down my Detective Sergeant Alloway and requested if I could be assigned this missing person report for investigation.
And did then Sergeant Alloway assign that case to you?
Yes, sir, he did.
Can you describe for the jury what it means to be to have an investigation assigned to you?
To have it assigned to you, essentially, that case is your baby. You're responsible for it. You can reach out and ask other people to help you.
Investigation here.
Yes, sir.
With respect to my colleague, I want to skip forward a little bit towards the end of this investigation.
Yes, sir.
Did you receive a call on September 16th of 2020?
Yes, sir, I did.
And what was that call that you received?
It was a call from Detective Sergeant Alloway notifying me that a body had been located in the woods.
Have a great New Year, Medina, and good luck with the dogs. That's the worst part of this day.
And did you respond to that location?
Yes, sir, I did.
Generally speaking, where was that?
It was essentially northeast of County Line and Crossings in Westerville.
You've been here and seen the map a lot of times?
Yes, sir.
What's the nearest road along those woods?
County Line Road.
How did you go into the woods when you got there?
I had parked my vehicle actually on County Line. There were numerous emergency vehicles lined up at that point, and parked and tracked down Lieutenant Dickinson, who was one of the on-scene supervisors at that point, and had made my way in from County Line Road and the sidewalk north through into the wooded area.
Did you take photographs of the scene when you responded?
Yes, sir, I did.
And were you aware of anybody else that was going to be dispatched to that location?
Yes, I was notified that Ohio BCI was en route, but they were not on scene at that point.
And what was BCI's role going to be?
They would be the primary ones to take more photographs, gather any evidence, and then ultimately provide that evidence to us.
So ultimately, you were not going to be the one to personally process the scene?
That is correct.
But you did take some photos to show what it looked like when you were there?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, maybe approach. 63 through 70, take a moment for approval. And generally speaking, what are they?
These are photographs essentially starting out front of the sidewalk closest to County Line Road and then entering into the woods as you approach the body in the woodline.
And are those some of the photographs that you took on the evening of September 16th?
Yes, they are.
Are they true and accurate depictions of the scene as you saw it that evening?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this time I'd ask to publish State Civic 63 through 70 to the jury.
So I assume these are the photos of where she was in the body, right?
Detective, for the record, I'm now showing you State Exhibit 63 up on the projector. Can you tell us what it is that we're looking at here?
This is the sidewalk and crime scene tape as you are facing north, generally into the woods north of County Line Road.
Detective, I'm now showing you State Exhibit 64. Can you tell the jury what it is we're looking at here?
This is, again, continuing facing north as you approach what appears to be a body in the woods north of County Line.
And can you circle that?
So I think they did show it originally. This is
Oh, yeah.
This is inserted after on YouTube. You can insert these on YouTube. So
Yeah.
I think Marissa has uploaded the pictures on the Discord.
So keep it there though, like
I don't. This is Lawn and Crim who has inserted this.
yeah. No, but like well that's like the whole point because like see she's not hanging from a tree. She's on her knees.
Yeah.
Like and the cord is like it's tied above, I thought, but I can't see on this picture where it's tied at.
She's kind of sitting like this with her arms down at her ankle. This was supposed to be her head, but yeah, this absolutely looks nothing like. This looks more like someone with a massive erection.
It does. But I mean, like the point for everybody watching this trial is like it seems like a very, I don't know, in my opinion, it seems like a position somebody who is doing something themselves would do versus you're going to prop somebody up that way. But
Yeah, because she you have the noose down here and then her head is just kind of forward like this, and then she grabs her ankle. I don't know if she grabs her with both hands, but she grabs it with one hand at least. So it could be that she just took hold of her ankles and then fell forward because then she wouldn't be able to get up as easy again.
yeah.
I don't know where it is in. The case is in Ohio.
Westerville, Ohio. Yeah, or something
Yeah.
like that. Westerville or Western Ohio or something.
So she is seated like this, and I think again Marissa has put it on the Discord. If anyone want to go see, it looks kind of like it's out of a horror movie. It's not.
Yeah, it's not gory because by now she's very.
Yeah, she's
I mean, she's
mummified.
basically a skeleton. Yeah.
And yeah, she's not swinging, but after 4 months she wouldn't be swinging anymore. But she would be around this much shorter. But it's not that bad. It looks kind of like a horror movie. So yeah.
Hmm.
So if you want to see it, I think Marissa has shared it on the Twitter, but I'm not sure. She's posed like that girl in True Detective. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I saw the first one. I think I saw the second one, the one with Vince Vaughn, and then I stopped watching them.
I've never seen it at all.
It was good.
For Drew, what is he looking at there?
I'll be right back.
And Detective, can you describe where you're standing to take this photograph?
Standing south of the body, I'd say approximately 20-25 feet of it.
Elevation-wise, compared to where the sidewalk is, can you describe for us?
Yes, it's actually from the sidewalk as you start to enter the woods. The hill will actually go down decline. And it's not an easy terrain to make it through, but then it will level out. But this area is lower than the County Line Road part itself.
Detective, I'm not showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 65. Can you tell us what we're looking at here?
This is another photograph from the south facing north of a body in the woods north of County Line.
State's Exhibit 66.
Again, this is another photograph of the body as it was found in the woods north of County Line.
In the middle of the body, there's something hanging down there. Can you describe for the jury what that was?
It's a part of a black plastic USB.
Generally speaking, can you describe the positioning of the body?
Generally speaking, it is upright. She is essentially on her knees. You can see her right foot sticking out, and the left foot is later determined to be underneath the body itself.
Detective, I'm not showing you what's marked as Exhibit 67. Can you tell the jury what we're looking at here?
So this is after the Delaware County coroner's investigator and BCI had been on scene. I didn't want to approach before they were there. And this is a photograph northwest, basically aiming down towards the body itself. This is more of the front of the remains of the body.
Detective, I'm not showing you what's marked as Exhibit 68. Can you tell the jury what it is we're looking at here?
This is a close-up of the rest of the USB. As I mentioned earlier, the black plastic USB that you could see on the back, this is more the USB that was above the body.
So I want to talk about the ends of the cord.
Yes, sir.
Or cable, I guess, maybe a better word. Showing against Exhibit 66. Can you circle where one end of the cable was?
Yes, sir.
So right in the middle of the back,
Yes, sir.
hanging down. And then on
There's the
State
cord,
Exhibit 68, are you able to see the other end of the cord?
Yes, sir, you can.
And can you tell us where that is? Detective, I want to turn your attention right up. If you go up from the end of the cord, up a little ways.
Yes, sir.
Can you move that up a little bit? Yeah, absolutely. Detective, again, could you circle where the end of the cord is there? For the record, it's in the bottom middle of the photograph. Going from the end of the cord, tracing it upwards a little bit, what is the next piece that you see there?
The next piece, and I can't recall what it's got an official term, but I can't recall it, but it's this piece right here from the end of it.
And can you describe, without obviously what the name of it is, but can you tell us what that looks like or what that piece is?
It's still a part of the USB itself. It's a thicker part of it.
And is it cable or harder plastic or something else? What's that thing like?
It's hard plastic, like the rest of the USB itself.
And Detective, can you describe what that harder piece of plastic is stuck through there?
It's stuck through the end of the other half of the USB that's been folded over, and it's essentially threaded through that loop.
And is what was holding that entire cord together then to maintain that position?
Just that little black circular part was the only thing completing the loop at that point.
Was there any knot that was tied with that end of the cord?
At that point of the cord right there? No, sir.
Right above that, at the top of the photograph that we're looking at, do you see a knot anywhere?
Yes, sir, I do.
And can you circle that for us? Was that the only knot you observed on this cord when you were on scene on September 16th?
That is correct.
Now showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 69. Can you tell the jury what it is that we're looking at here?
Well, the foreground is a tree branch, but behind that is the rest of the USB cord as it loops over a tree branch, which is above the body at the scene.
And can you circle that just so the jury is aware of what we're talking about? And that shows the USB cable where it goes over the branch and then back down.
Yes, sir.
And then finally, State's Exhibit 70. Tell us what we're looking at there.
This is 2 indentations that were on that same branch itself after the ligature in the body had been removed from the scene.
And when you say ligature, what do you mean?
The USB cord itself.
That branch, can you tell us what type of plant or thing that was that the cord was wrapped over?
Well, not being much of a tree guy myself, I actually reached out to the forestry division from Ohio State University, and they had asked me, and this was essentially a couple weeks later, a week or two later, to take some more photographs of the tree itself, get some close-ups of the bark, if there were any berries on it, what the leaves look like, so that way I could email it to Ohio State, and then they could offer a better opinion as to what sort of plant or tree that it was.
Okay.
Thank you, Brandon, for gifting 5 memberships to Amanda Hawkins, Pretty Fly for Wi-Fi, Mama Tanya, Jacqueline Burton, Ivy Lou. Welcome to the worst memberships on the channel. So she was strangled or hung with a phone cable, a USB cable. Yes.
Yeah, that's what you have to decide, because they are saying she was manually strangled and then staged there. He says she wasn't. She did it herself. So
Yeah, that's either she hung herself or she was strangled and then put in the position. The state's idea is she was put in the position after being strangled at the home, and the defense says no, she did it to herself. She has a history of mental illness. Well, not illness, but mental. I don't know what you could call it. Weakness. She's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Depression.
She's had a lot of, yeah.
She lost her first husband to self-deletion. She lost her brother-in-law from the first marriage to self-deletion. She lost her stepson to self-deletion. Her dad had been in an accident and passed away. And then her mom drove into a semi-truck 4 days later and died. So this woman has had a tremendous negative mental health history.
Yeah.
And Jason J gifted 5 memberships to Donovan. Desert Cajun, Magic for Me. Haley Hurdnall, I just need a latte. All of you remember to go vote for Brandon for Mod of the Year. Not that we're biased, but Jamie says no better person could be Mod of the Year because he is always picking up the slack when Jamie is sleeping.
Listen, I'm Mod of the Year. I do nothing and I mod perfectly.
Yeah, it reminds me of when Ricada was debating that soy boy. I think I donated 300 memberships to force them into the fold. That's a lot of memberships. But
Yeah.
Ricada debated a lot of people. Folks, I've been through a lot of crap, and I haven't deleted it. Yes, I have the big C now, but I'm not deleting myself over it. No, always keep fighting. And yes, people are different. Some people will go to a war zone, come home totally normal. Some people will go to a war zone, have the exact same experience, and come home with severe PTSD. Psyches are different.
Yeah, and I mean, you're gonna get people out there that finally break, and then people like Jason who's like, this doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything.
Yeah,
I'm
fighting.
strong, I can do this. But I mean, everybody's different.
Just realize it's New Year's Eve. It's going to be a long night at work. Everyone be safe and law-abiding tonight so I don't see you. Iris, that one was for you.
And again, who responded from BCI to the scene? Do you recall?
I can recall, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
All right. And was that individual from BCI the one that was going to be tasked with taking more photographs and collecting the evidence?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to go back now to the beginning of your investigation.
Okay.
After the case was assigned to you, what was the first thing that you ended up doing?
First thing I did is I went and pulled up the driver's license information for Matt Moore, Emily Noble, and Celeste Groen, since she was named in the initial report itself from Officer Hollis, just so I had an idea later on, one, what these people look like, try to get more of a background of these individuals involved in this report.
Yeah, I see Holly. I said hi, Holly, didn't I? I meant to say hi, Holly.
Did you leave the police department and go somewhere else then?
I did.
And where'd you go?
Detective Peachy and I actually traveled up to Abbey Cross Lane.
And what was the purpose of going to Abbey Cross Lane?
We were going to attempt a knock and talk with Mr. Moore's residence.
Can you describe for the jury what a knock and talk means to you?
Knock and talk is essentially what the name involves. It just involves knocking on someone's door and trying to either provide them with information or ask some questions. It's a non-custodial thing. It's more of just an investigative tool that we use.
And did you go to 46 Abbey Cross?
Yes, sir.
And when you knocked on the door, did somebody answer?
So those present at the scene was Mr. Moore, his cousin, and his father.
Did you have a recording device with you during that time?
Yes, sir, I did.
And can you describe for the jury what that was?
It's just a little handheld audio recording device. It doesn't record any sort of video or anything like that. I like to do it as a backup to if I have a formal interview with someone where I can't have any audio. There are times I'll also have it essentially in my notepad itself, and there's a pocket on the front. And a lot of times I'll just stick it on there, so that way I'm not tying up one of my hands just trying to hold a recorder the whole time. That way I have it playing.
And did you activate that audio recorder when you made contact at 46 Abbey Cross?
Yes, sir.
And did you save those recordings of your interactions with the people that were there?
Yes, sir, I did.
Thank you, Kelly Bean, for a $10 super sticker of a lemon character moving in excitement. I'm so excited, Jamie. I just can't hide it, Jamie. I'm about to lose control, Jamie. And I think I like it.
That was good how you did that.
Thank you. Hey, before I go.
Right before I go, I haven't seen her in a
What
minute. I know
competition
she's
is it tonight? Whose competition?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And Detective, if you had an opportunity to review those recordings, a true and accurate copy of your interactions at 46 Abbey Cross.
Yes, sir.
On that morning. This time, well, I'm going to Mark this as States of 71. I'd ask this time to play States of 71, which is the first part of the knock talk.
Any objection?
No, no. Thank you.
Here we go. Get this last tag. Yeah. Matthew.
Okay. Can you take a moment here real quick? May I ask you more? Good to meet you. We shook hands. I'm overall at a different sit down or stand or.
Nice to see you guys. It was cool.
Oh, okay. Good morning.
Oh, yeah, I guess we can do that.
But we sanitize 20 times a day.
I'm just here to be here. I live
So no updates whatsoever, haven't heard anything, seen anything like that? Okay, from friends?
Yes, they're contacting me Facebook messaging, but she's never her whole life.
Yes, she knows everything.
Friends on Facebook.
Okay.
Posted, that's it.
Detective, who's speaking?
At this point, the recording.
At that point, it's Matheau Moore.
Here and good to meet you.
How much to cover the Stephen Avery Rachel case? I don't get paid to do anything. So there's no price on it. If it's interesting and we have a hole in the calendar, I would look at it. But I don't do anything for money. I don't drink, I don't dance, I don't sing for money. But thank you for asking. Hey, Diane G.
Work for me. Department of Medicaid. She's an auditor. Okay. She was working at home because they shut the office down.
Right. Do you know a contact person with them? No.
He asked for one.
I did. I got on mine, said it didn't really deal with it.
Do you know anybody that she works with there? A name or phone number or anything like that?
I live in here. She did go out socializing with people that she worked with.
Okay. Would there be a chance you could come down to the station?
Absolutely.
Chat one-on-one a little later on. And would it be okay if we take her cell phone?
Sure.
Okay. We'd just like to see if there's anything in there to explain.
I mean, I've been going through it, and you probably would be better at
Detective, did you ask to collect Emily's cell phone?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Did you ask to collect Emily's cell phone?
Yes, sir, I did.
And why did you do that?
To gain more information as to what exactly we had at this point. All we know is that she is gone.
And what was the plan for what you would do with Emily's phone once obtaining it?
The plan once obtaining it is to take it back to Westerville Police Department, where I'd provide it to Detective Leckie for a forensic extraction.
Did Matt Moore indicate whether or not he had been on Emily's phone at that time?
He said that he had been on her phone.
He said that.
Yeah, I mean, forensic programs that can recover text messages and stuff like that. So if she's left voluntarily, if she was in communication with somebody, anything like that, we want to be able to try and find out. You know.
She was a roamer. She was, she'd take off and just kind of walk around towards the forager. So
Does she bite or anything like that?
She not a lot. She was very small. She had everything going. She was bite her the knee when I would want to.
she's happy.
Bite here?
Yes.
So nothing is missing that you can see, can tell her with that.
I mean, enough. Her wallet, her purse, her phone, her car.
Did she have a work computer?
She did.
Do you know where that was? Did it have a long tube?
She doesn't have school to now. Okay, no. I don't think that there was a laptop. She would work out here during the day.
Why are we listening to this? No one can hear what they're saying.
I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, oh my God, you cannot hear
Yeah,
a word anyway.
I heard laptop and then.
Well, she never leave without a phone, or that?
Yeah, she would go for walks.
I live right here. So.
Yeah, at times she would. I mean, I wouldn't know this, but I mean,
Is your laptop anymore?
Detective. In response to a question about whether Emily would leave with her phone, what was the defense answer?
Yes, at times.
That recording came to an end there. Can you tell us how that happened?
Operator error. Essentially, my foolproof plan of storing my recorder in my notebook at the time, my notebook had actually hit the stop button at that point. So for a couple minutes, I was no longer recording until I looked down at the device itself.
And did you reactivate that recording?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did that make a separate file then, that what I'm going to mark here is State Exhibit 72?
Yes, it did.
Is it fair to say that some of the communications were from the other two people that were at the condo?
That is correct.
I'm going to ask to place Exhibit 72 and for the record starting 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the recording.
Any objection?
And then it was early because we started at meeting we're not the last day of the meeting, so whatever. And then there's I don't know if I made phone calls or if she did. Yeah, we can find calls.
I just want to make sure, Detective. What day is this when you are at the condo originally?
This is Tuesday morning, May 26th.
Okay. So the day after law enforcement's initial response with Officer Hollis?
Yes, sir.
So it's just a routine. I got off out of this bed, I think, and I wouldn't know if she was around. She sleeps out here sometimes. She likes to sleep on the floor. Nothing was unusual.
On the floor?
She sleeps like she likes being outside. She opens all the windows. She's the swearest, meanest, kindest person, but she has no enemies. She likes to be outside. So she'll sleep out here while the windows open. She's wind blowing and stuff. And
So she's very earthy.
yes. With the necklaces, and we eat for her. She feeds me. These are microgreens. She takes me. All this is over. Like here she goes plants. That new thing.
So you said most nights you got to go to the bathroom? You thought the bathroom she was there.
We spent some time there together. At some point, we fell asleep, and I woke up. And I'm not completely positive, but when I get up, I pass and look at the time. So in my head, how much time do I got to go for it? It was early. It was like 12:31 something probably. And that to me means I'm going to need to take a Ambien, half an Ambien, somewhere too. I didn't get to sleep. I was just looking at my phone and text 3 or 4 friends, maybe 3 friends, just stuff. And I fell asleep late. I don't know what time it was later in the morning. Well, I slept in until at least 11, which is abnormal.
Something about sleeping. Hey, Malin. And Jess Boom.
And where were you sleeping then after you?
Yes, because I don't wake because she sleeps. I wake her up. And so what I do is I go in this room here. There's a couch in there. And because I'm rolling around, I'm just trying to sleep. And I basically fell asleep. And I woke up at 11. We were invited to a party, a picnic. And I text her at 11:50. I say, hey, we're still going to that party. And she didn't reply. So then I looked at my phone just to see if she was still here. Maybe she left. She just went away from me. But the phone was still here, so I'm like, oh, she's here. I was waking up, and I rolled around a little bit more. Eventually, I got up and I counted her, and she wasn't here. And I saw her phone. And I was like, well, she went for a walk. 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours go by. Texted her again, hey, there's no wife. And I texted again. So I still didn't see the phone from me. So I have to think about it. And eventually
She doesn't have any history of any kind of mental illness, depression, anything like that?
She's just like any other girl. She's moody, but she's not prominent. She doesn't do things on purpose like this.
She never gone to a doctor for any diagnosis.
She's on.
Detective. Was Mr. Moore asked whether his wife had a history of any kind of depression or other mental illness?
That's correct.
And what was his response to that?
I believe it was, she's just like any other girl.
It's your sweet self. We call you back to the police station.
I like that was his answer.
Alright.
Yeah.
No.
Like any other girl.
No, she wasn't an user of drugs. She had those pills would be like every once in a while she'd take one. She'd be like, I have one just to get out of her sleep. She's moody, but she's not any more moody than any other girl. She wouldn't do this to make you mad. This is just not her. She's
never disappeared for
absolutely not. She has her phone. She'll tell you where she's always on time. She's very thirsty. She's very worried. She's always, because she's so small, she's always very careful. She goes out.
Do you mind the opening recording? Is it walking up?
The key is on
What is this about?
and it should be open.
Look at that computer. But if we find that it's not here, that's very telling.
That means that she took it with her.
And why should she take that and not have it?
Can't they just interview him about what is said? I can't hear shit.
Yeah, because I mean, they obviously take him into the police station at some point. They should have just taken him in there and did it that way. I mean, I can only hear bits and pieces. I heard him just say, she's like any other girl, she's this and that. And like, I mean, it makes sense because I feel like he's still in probably his head denial that she would really actually do something like this.
Yeah. He's just saying that she wouldn't do this to make me mad or anything. But
Yeah.
we've all tried having one of those days where we men will just stay silent for a full day, or you women will just keep asking the same question. It's just how we are as genders. Oh, I can't say that. Jamie, can you say that? Because I'm a misogynist if I say it.
Women are emotional. Don't try it. Like, there's no other way around it. And
Yeah, and men is so.
I'll own it any day. I can get pretty emotional and
But
crazy.
we're the same way. We just shut up and you start talking.
Oh yeah, we yap and we want to discuss things. And I mean, everybody's different, but yeah, like we get pretty reactive and men pretty kind of shut down.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing that this is how the two species are made? So, or the two genders are made, so we can always communicate at the highest level.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna go and get the garage. Well, I'm gonna scream at you for the next 4 hours. I don't want to talk to you. Let's fix that problem.
Oh, that makes us even more mad when you don't want to talk about.
Yeah. Can't you see where I'm coming from? Yes, I can. That's
I
not
don't think you're. Yeah, that's not true. I
Yeah.
don't think you really understand.
Well, I clearly understand because you're mad about this. That's not what I said. That's absolutely not what I said.
It's a good time. We have a good time together.
Yeah.
Men and women.
Perfect.
All in all, we have a perfect time together.
Yeah. Well, I wish this could. Okay, I'll fix that problem. And then you get mad when we fix it because you wanted to bitch about it another day.
Yeah. Just don't say, tell us to calm down.
Yeah, it is in your head.
Yeah, it's fine.
Holly Mack is the one who would shut up. Well, you're Canadian. That's a little bit different.
I do a little bit of both, I will say. Like sometimes when I'm so mad, I just can't have any, I just don't want to say anything, or I'm the opposite. So I'm kind of both.
Yeah. I'll just leave.
So this is hers? Is it my phone? Do you know what kind of which model? To the 11? Yes, please. Great.
Carmen, if we agree with you, you'll just get mad that we agree with you. So,
You're just saying that, yeah.
yeah. Oh, you're just saying that because you want me to.
You want to stop talking about it. I've said that to somebody before. They totally apologize and agree. I'm like, you're just saying that because you don't want me to say anything about it anymore. Come on.
That's why I'm single, Jamie. And because I have a shitty personality.
Hey, I don't blame you sometimes.
Easy enough. And can you unlock and grab the serial number for me? Settings, yeah. Think about. Let's go general first. About. And then, can you read off the serial number?
Do you want the model numbers?
I'll take both.
So the model number is NQ962LL /A. Serial number is F17 VW 0 W7 JCLY.
Detective, as you were collecting Emily Knowles' phone, did you have Mr. Moore read off the serial number?
Yes, sir.
And showing states at 15. I don't expect you to remember that entire thing that was just read off to you, but is that we're talking?
Okay, and your phone number?
It's 702-884-1010.
702-884-1010?
That's it.
Is that on purpose, or did you usually out there? Okay.
Oh, then we know who's the woman in that relationship.
Yeah, I feel like that's all of us women. Like, you should know why I'm mad.
Yeah, or that's not what I meant. Well, that's what you told me. Yeah, but it wasn't what I meant.
I do that all the time. I misspeak a lot, and then they're like, no.
Yeah, but I just meant something else. Then just send it through your brain one more time and then say what you mean.
Yep.
Well, if you just listened.
Guilty. Over here, guilty.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, you got that number. It was very, very unique. And you guys, are you on the same service plan?
Yes.
Okay, who's that with?
It's for PCS.
Okay.
Computer?
Yesterday, where did you go over 11, 10, 11, something like that? Did you go, when did you leave the house?
The reason I say that is because I made a text to her about 11, like almost 12, and I think I lied in bed for a little bit. So I'm thinking that's really weird, because I don't sleep that late. Because I went so far into the night, getting back to sleep.
And you think you were for a couple hours? By 12:30, you said you got up, took half an Ambien, you said you laid there and texted some people.
I took half an Ambien, and like when I woke up to take a pee, I got to fall back to sleep. That took a couple hours. And then I think I started around like 2, and then at around 4, I'm still on the phone. So I didn't really kind of work. And eventually, around, I would say around maybe 6, I did fall asleep, and then I slept.
And then did you go anywhere?
I don't want to be totally concrete on that.
No, I understand. Time here. And did you go anywhere yesterday, or were you just here waiting for her?
I called the police, and you guys know where I'm at.
Detective, I want to make sure that we understand the timeline here. Can you walk us through roughly what the defendant said was the timeline of events there?
Roughly got up to go pee about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, took half an Ambien, went into the other bedroom, laid back down, was up till approximately 4 a.m. Said that he fell asleep probably around 6 and then slept until about 11 a.m.
Counsel, before we go, could we take a mid-morning break here? I know we're going to be on for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take 10.
Black, pretty much the one.
Hey, Michelle.
Detective, still under oath.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to resume Plaintiff's Exhibit 72.
Remember what she walked?
Yes. Today, there's a trail. Okay. It's very short, and my dad was there. I just want to make sure someone was there. I don't. I will. But I will.
Which trail is? I know the, you know, it's a couple.
You go on. that's where we go. We go down in there and right along the side of the bridge, which is all the edibles that we collect, and that's where she goes. And then you take a right, you walk down county line. It's super wooded there too. You can't see in it. I did that right, and I'm like, if she is in there, you wouldn't be able to go in there and find out that she's there. And I'm not even thinking that right now. I just want her there.
So the bike path on the bridge over county line and then along county line, like on the south side?
North side.
North side of county
North
line?
side of county line. You walk along until you get to the bridge. You go back this way too. And then when you get to, just before you get to the bridge, don't go on the bridge. You stay on the lawn prior to it and walk along the side of it.
Gotcha.
There's a path. There's the woods on your left, and then there's that wall, and there's all where she walks there. And we get back on the path, walk down the path, and then you can get your left into this neighborhood right here. I can take you guys for that walk that we do. That's pretty much the walk she'll do to do her edible things. If she was to leave here to take a walk to get edibles, which she does all the time, that's where she would go.
Would she ever walk off the path looking for edibles?
Yes.
Okay, so it's possible that
She could walk away, absolutely. She's all over the place. If she sees something she wants, she'll go.
how far of a walk is it down here to show us how to get on the path?
5 minutes.
Walk us to that part? Yeah.
She's found after this interview.
See, this is the sad part because it's like I want to yell at him for talking to the cops, but it's like such a weird situation because obviously she's just missing at the time.
Yeah.
And he could legitimately feel like he's just trying to give them the information so they can find her. Versus because obviously right now they're not really, from what I hear, can pick out. It doesn't sound like they're just getting information from him. They're not really like treating him as a suspect. But you should always, I mean, we all know you should probably think that they probably are treating you as a suspect, even if they're just talking to you nicely.
Yeah.
But it's like sad because it's like I've been like in my head going, why is he talking so much? But it's like he also
he just wants
truly
her
believes
back.
he wants her to be found. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, and we know if he had called a lawyer and said, I want my lawyer present to any conversations with the police. Oh, you're guilty.
Oh, they would use that
Yeah.
worst way possible. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like it's such a weird one.
Hey, Jemima.
Hey, Jess. But she went missing at the end of May and was not found until like mid-September. What
Yeah,
they say,
14, 17 September or something like that. 25th.
all these interviews were before.
Yeah. And he's still of the belief that she went out to forage and then disappeared.
Yeah.
And yeah. Brandon, have you stopped trying to treat them like Carmen treats her wife?
Yeah. Well, I seen what Carmen said, and I'm like, ooh, buddy, I've had that said to me, and yeah, that certainly is. Just lucky somebody's still alive.
I don't know what Brandon is going on with. What is actually happening, plain English? Your dog is not confused. Your dog is not senile. Your dog is not anxious in the classic sense. Your dog have enough cognitive clarity, enough confidence, enough environmental leverage to apply control behaviors more deliberately than before. The beagle's trying to kill me.
The beagle's trying to kill him.
Mhm.
See, it isn't me, Brandon. It's the beagle.
Well, you are a known
I'm not a known beagle. Don't.
known beagle trainer. Yes, if you haven't done it already, please go vote for the Buckeyes. I don't know when Jess is going to take the link down today and tally the votes so we can do the final vote tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern, sorry, a.m. to p.m. But the Buckeyes is our yearly award show for different things. The best case of the year, the worst person on the planet. Sue and Gabby is neck and neck in that race. Mod of the year, of course, is Brandon. Go make sure Valhalla doesn't steal it again this year. So hit the link if you want to vote for who has been the best on the channel this year. Most welcoming person in channel, most best new chatter. And tomorrow, be back 10 a.m. Eastern, where we will then do the top 3 voting or top 4. I can't remember what we did last year. Probably around 5 p.m. Eastern is the cutoff time.
Yep. So get it and get your votes in there.
So if you don't vote Brandon, mod of the year 2025. The Beagle will kill him and take out Jamie.
Hey, yeah, go get your votes in. I don't need a beagle assassin coming my way.
Beagles can be very stubborn. Yeah, they are the dumbest, smartest dog breed, or the smartest, dumbest dog breed. My dad heard it both ways. He really liked beagles.
I don't know, Plant Fan. We haven't really got there yet. This is
No.
the lead detective, so he'll lay it out for us.
We have had nothing that indicates any motive at all. No arguments that was kind of out there. They had a wonderful night the day before they'd been out. He said that they came home late after a night out, and he got up in the middle of the night to pee because he had a bad prostate, and went and slept in another room. Woke up around 11. She wasn't around. Went out looking. Her phone was gone, and he said, well, sometimes she went on a hike without it. At 6 at night, he calls her friend and says, have you seen her? And she says, you got to call the police. He said, don't you have to wait 24 hours? And they say, no, if it's out of the normal, you can call instantly. And then he calls them, and he's been talking to the police all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. And like, I mean, obviously the friends came in and they trying to pepper in things like, well, it wasn't such a great relationship because he was a drunk. But then we found out she's drinks too. I mean, they probably had their little things like that going on, but we'll see.
If drinking vodka and your wife don't like you, then every husband ever has killed his wife. Yeah, I don't. I don't remember many wives who likes their husband's friends. They're so immature.
Look for the laptop in. Yeah, I'm gonna go over this with you real quick. So, this is the consent for cell phone. Matheau Moore, you hereby volunteer. You go by Mathew or Matt? Okay. You hereby voluntarily give consent, Westfield Division of Police, or its agents, to search following electronic devices, media, related outlets. Apple iPhone 8 Plus, black. The model number you read off, that's the serial number. Specifically, I give consent to Westfield Division of Police and other agencies and individuals acting on behalf of the police department to search all contents of the following. Basically, it's just calling for the iPhone itself. So if you're good with that, I'll need an initial there and a signature right at the top. Yep. Okay. I got one other thing. Just to your credit.
So they're recording it 15 minutes, 31 seconds into it. Detective, after this portion, did you leave Abbey Cross?
We did cover that case. That was wasn't that the one after the Memphis baby killer? True.
That was the Matthew Paul case. The doctor's appointment guy.
Yeah, this is the same case, just in a different state. True.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
God, I'm so glad we have a good attorney this time, and we don't have to listen to that. That's what that poor man needed. He needed Diane.
With the defendant?
Yes, I did.
And I'm going to put up on the overhead Defense Exhibit D.
Marissa isn't here. Is the picture in the Discord? Normally, Marissa or Jedi will.
I just believe she sent it to who asked for it DM. I don't think she actually posted it.
Okay. I thought because that's normally what they do. Just put it in and say, "Hey, everyone, remember being a grown-up, so you might see stuff that's not that nice."
Well, I can make a channel, and I don't know who has the picture. I think if somebody has a picture, they can send it to me, and I can post it in there, I guess, or Jess can. I don't know if Jess had it. I don't know who had it, honestly.
I think she shared it on.
Because then everybody can kind of see what it looked like when it was found.
Of course, Sue has them.
I know it was someone. I wasn't sure if it was Sue or not.
Yeah.
But I'll make I can put a channel up. And if,
Yeah, then Sue can share it. It's not horrible. It's a mummified corpse. There's no real injuries, and it's just scary looking. It's not it's not the normal it's not the normal bloody mess that you see. It's actually, it looks like something out of The Ring or something like that. So, but again, if you are a member on the Discord, just remember we are all grown-ups, and you choose to go into rooms where there potentially can be autopsy photos or murder scene photos. So that's how we do it. It's like being in Egypt. Yeah, it actually looks kind of like a mummy. It looks like one of the bog people they'll find in Denmark. That's what I thought when I saw her sitting there.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's
it's not gory or anything.
no, it's a little scary, but it's not. It looks like something out of The Ring.
Detective, are you familiar with Defendant Exhibit D?
Yes, sir.
And can you mark on the map where you went with the defendant after you left the residence at Abbey Cross?
So we had left the residence and come out to County Line Road, and I drove east on County Line and then performed a U-turn, don't tell anybody, and then parked right here. I parked off the side of the road, actually onto where the sidewalk was, and from there we got out on foot.
So you, for the record, indicated that you parked somewhere near where County Line Road and the bike path are?
Yes, sir.
How does the bike path and County Line Road interact in that area?
The bike path is actually raised, and it goes above County Line, so there's not a issue with traffic and bicycles at the same time. So the bike path itself is well above the roadway.
After you got out of the car on foot, where'd you go next?
So then it was myself, Detective Peachy, and Matheau Moore, and we walked along the south tree line right here, and then he showed us how they would walk along the western side of the tree line, just west of the bike path itself.
Did you enter the woods at any point over on that side?
At that point, no. We essentially stayed right on the tree line itself.
Where'd you go after you checked the tree line along the bike path?
We got back into the car, myself, Detective Peachy, and Matheau Moore, and we got back on the roadway, and then he showed us the other half of the route, so up to Ashbrook and then Maplebrook, and he showed us where they would enter the northern part of the bike path.
Did you exit your vehicle again up on the northern entrance to the bike path?
I don't think so, no.
So after you drove up to the northern entrance, what did you do next?
We then returned back to Mr. Moore's residence on Abbey Cross Lane.
Other than the cell phone, did you collect anything else from Abbey Cross at that time?
Mr. Moore identified a pair of socks that belonged to Emily and a white shirt, as well as a hairbrush of hers.
And what was the purpose of collecting those items?
In case we needed to submit them later on for DNA testing purposes.
After your interaction with the defendant, what did you do next?
So after we returned to the residence and advised them that, you know, if anything popped up, if she returned home, anything like that, obviously to notify our department, Detective Peachy and I went up and attempted to knock and talk at Celeste Groen's residence.
And did you make contact with Celeste at that time?
No, sir.
What did you do after attempting to speak to Celeste?
We then returned back down to the wooded area, and at this point, Detective Sergeant Alloway had arrived, and the three of us had attempted to walk the bike path on foot.
Can you show the jury again, marking where you went, the three of you at that time?
So we had started on the south side down along County Line Road, and we checked this entire area up to where Maplebrook Drive is, essentially having between the three of us, we had one on the path itself, just in case there was any blood or anything like that, you know, we want to be able to obviously retain it at that point, and then a detective along each side of the bike path, and we all moved north at the same time.
During that time when you were walking along the bike path, did you go into the woods?
Barely. The primary area that we were looking for was on that knock and talk with Mr. Moore. He said that she would primarily go no farther than 15, 20 feet in. So we basically just focused our area on that. At this point, we're assuming that there's a good chance that there's a medical emergency. She could have been laying in there and no one had seen her. So we're, at this point, focusing on the area that Mr. Moore said that she would like to forage.
Can you describe generally what the woods are like there just off to the west of the bike path?
It's fairly level and fairly open. You have...
If you go to the Discord, to the room called Ohio V Matheau Moore, you can now see the pictures of the decedent in the woods.
Yes.
And please, no spoilers like Lacey Evans put in yesterday.
Obviously, a lot of trees, as you can tell by the photograph, but they're generally much higher than eye level or anything else like that. So it's a lot more wide open at that point.
Are you able to see some distance into the woods on that side from the tree line?
Yes, sir.
After you, the three of you searched that bike path, what did you do next?
We then returned back to the Detective Bureau and continue our investigation.
Detective, during that time, on the 26th, were you aware of other investigation going on?
Like another separate investigation?
Other investigation related to the disappearance of Emily Noble.
So other aspects of this case itself?
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir.
Had you enlisted the help of other detectives to help do some of those things?
Yes, sir.
And can you give us an idea generally of the types of things that were being done at that?
We had a detective looking online for any social media activity, anything that could potentially be out of the ordinary. Had another detective go to the 3 restaurants in Uptown and try to talk with them, see if there was any video, anything out of the ordinary with any of the servers. At this point, anything that we could have to potentially go on.
Did you participate in any of the canine searches that we heard testimony about yesterday?
So yes, at approximately 11:30, so this is still on the 26th, myself, Detective Peachy, Detective Sergeant Alloway, and later on we had a uniformed officer, Peachy, husband and wife duo, so I'm going to have to differentiate detective to officer. To have a uniform presence, we did return to Matheau Moore's residence.
And what did you do at that time?
Made contact with him. He did grant permission for the attic and the garage to be checked. And ultimately, Detective Sergeant Alloway had requested a bloodhound to respond to the scene.
And were you present when the bloodhound was deployed?
I was present when it was deployed, but I did not walk along with it.
I want to turn your attention then to the next day, May 27th.
Yes, sir.
Did you have contact from the defendant that morning?
Yes, sir, I did.
And can you tell us what that was related to?
He had notified me that he had received some threatening messages, essentially claiming that they had kidnapped Emily and they were holding her for ransom at this point.
What?
Emily and they some threatening messages, essentially claiming that they had kidnapped Emily and they were holding her for ransom at this point.
Well, we still have post service. It's just Dow who delivers instead of
When
Post
he
Denmark.
called you and told you about the threatening message, what was your response?
I asked him to email me the screenshots just so that I could see for it myself, since he had told me over the phone what was happening. I was not present with him at the time.
And did he send you the screenshots?
Yes, he did.
Can I approach the witness?
I do.
And generally speaking, what is it?
The screenshot that Matheau Moore was notifying me about.
This time I'd ask the public exhibit 73 of the jury.
Any objection?
No, you're
Go ahead.
Detective, I'm showing you State Exhibit 73. Can you tell us, now the jury can see it, tell us what it is we're looking at here?
These are some of the messages that Matheau Moore had received in regards to Emily being sick, and they were holding her for ransom unless they received $7,000.
After this screen...
Listen, you have to talk to me right now. Your daughter is sick. This part down here, that makes no sense.
So is this a message from somebody?
Someone sent this to him, starts out, I told you I had Emily, but you decided not to say anything about it or take it seriously. Now she is sick and want to talk to her husband over the phone. This is effing important. I'm not releasing her until I have a ransom of 7,000. 7,000? You can sell
Jesus.
body parts for way more than that. She's sick right now and wants to talk to you. Answer me right now. This is important. She wants to talk to her family over the phone. Listen, you have to talk to me right now. Your daughter is sick. Talk to me right now. There's no time. She's sick. Don't effing call me. I have texted. This one is.
Screenshot was sent to you.
What
What did you
creeps
do?
on Facebook?
I asked him if he could come in and provide his cell phone so that we could provide essentially a forensic analysis to see what exactly we were looking at this point.
And what was his response to your request for him to bring you his cell phone?
He advised that he was going to take a shower and he'd be in the police station probably about 45 minutes.
Did he come in 45 minutes later?
No, but he did call.
And what happened that phone call?
He advised me that it was probably just a prank and he wouldn't be coming in to provide his cell phone to me because he was going to need it that day.
We'll come back to this.
Was there other investigative steps being prepared for May 27th?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell us generally what those were?
Detective Lechty was working on obtaining a search warrant. There was a search warrant for the residence at 46 Abbey Cross, as well as a search warrant for any electronic devices in Mr. Moore's possession.
And what was the purpose of a search warrant for 46 Abbey Cross?
Because at that point, we had nothing else to go on other than the fact that, according to Matheau Moore, the last place that Emily was seen was sleeping in the house. So that was the last place we had to go on. So we asked for a search warrant in case there was any sort of evidence in the residence itself.
You mentioned that part of the search warrant was also to collect any cell phones.
That is correct.
What was the purpose of that portion of the search warrant?
To see if there was any forensic evidence on Matheau Moore's cell phone that could provide us with furthering this investigation.
Did you proceed to the condo with the search warrant?
Yes, sir.
And what was you?
That was what Caesar did. He said, you have to raise the amount because I'm worth way more than that. And then he came back and crucified all of his abductors. True story, Jamie.
Your role going to be in that?
My role primarily, since I'd had the most contact with Matheau Moore at that point, was to make contact with him, obtain the cell phone, and then ask him to come back to the station voluntarily for an interview.
Did you speak to Mr. Moore at that time?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did he agree to come down to the police department to speak to you?
Yes, he did.
Where at the police department did you speak to Mr. Moore?
We spoke to him in one of the interview rooms.
And are the interview room equipped with a video camera?
Yes, it is.
And does it record both video and audio?
Yes, it does.
Imagine that. Video and audio.
Just something quick for the record.
Detective.
Because he was using it that day and he didn't believe it was a true statement. He just thought it was a prank. So maybe he just wanted his phone at home if she called.
Who was present for the interview with Mr. Moore?
Initially, it was just myself and Mr. Moore.
And did anyone else join you during that time?
Later on, I was joined by Detective Peachy.
Before we put up on the overhead, let me pull something up here. Detective, I'm going to 74. Detective, are you able to see on the screen in front of you, stays at a 74?
No.
Oh, hold on. That was a test. You
I thought it was a trick question, sir.
Before we
had cameras in the interview room, and that's Mr. Moore sitting in one of the chairs.
What is that date? And copy of the video.
Like I told you, when we were out there, said you were not under arrest. You were handcuffed coming in. Is that correct? Correct. And that door doesn't lock. This is a voluntary interview. Okay. Obviously, we need to do the best we can to get the full story. We can find your wife and you can get back to normal. Obviously, part of that involves talking with you. So, again, this is a voluntary thing.
You know, like I told you out there, I have a lie to do, and I'm not going to start now.
We could have done this at my house.
No, this part we can't do.
Because it's not voluntary.
No, completely voluntary.
And I could leave if I want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm just.
Yeah. You try that over right now.
At some point, could we like? I want to help you. I want to get this going on because I didn't do it, and I want you to find whatever the hell I can do it.
Me too.
I want that happen. But just.
Detective, as you began that discussion with Mr. Moore, anything stand out to you about your initial interaction with him?
Yes, he stated he didn't do it.
I hate when they do
Accused him
that.
of doing anything in particular at that time?
No, sir. All I was doing was going over the fact that it was a voluntary interview, and he made that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because he's at a police station and he interviewed at home.
I respect that. Like, we take on
yeah, anybody would know. I mean, how can you not have a feeling of some sort?
Yeah, could you come in and sit in an interview room with a cop with a locked, with a closed door? You could leave at any time. Yeah, if he stands up and says, "I'm going to leave," okay, I'm going to detain you right now because I have reason to believe that you did it. So I'm going to detain you. So he can tell him, "Oh, this is voluntary." The second he doesn't want to do it voluntarily, it will not be voluntary anymore.
Yeah.
But it's really smart to get him in there and do it voluntarily because then he doesn't say, "I want a lawyer." That's why you never talk to the cops, no matter how friendly they are and how much they're just trying to help you. Because if it's not, if you do it voluntarily, it's just as damning as if you do it with a lawyer present. The thing is, a lawyer can stop you from saying a lot of dumb shit. And someone said with his hair, he looks better without all his facial hair. I think so too, but it's such a big shift that I think the jury will sit and look at it and say, he's hiding someone or something.
Yeah.
So go do your thing. I'm an open book.
I don't mean to insult you, but you can read English, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I have to ask that because I've had people before that, when I go over rights waivers, later on, they magically can't read English.
I can read.
So, again, I don't mean to insult you. So, it says, before we ask any questions, you must understand your rights. You understand that part?
Yes.
You have the right to remain silent.
Yes.
Rights, and I understand my rights.
Western Market States at 75.
Oh, they will find probable cause. They it's the same with Sarah Boone when she came in and she thought it was voluntary, and no, it's not. When she wanted to leave.
And Chairman Speaking, you can tell the jury what that is.
That is a copy of the Miranda rights waiver that I just went over with Mr. Moore with his signature on it.
Is it a true and accurate copy of the show with Exhibit 75?
You called to report Emily on Monday evening. Officer Hollis is the one that came out, correct?
Like I had said to you.
Yes.
Yeah, his wife is missing. Her phone is at home. He is the only guy who had access to all of these things. Probable cause right there. You don't have to have all the dots. You can throw him in prison for 24 hours and soften him up a bit. Just look at Richard Allen, how they treated him. You can soften up people a lot and still be within the bounds of the systems. So, yeah. They will F you anyway they want. That's why you always have the Fifth Amendment right to shut the fuck up and get a lawyer. They didn't have the video of the red rum, but they had her statements. But again, there's a lot of probable cause in this. We believe she's deceased, and he's the only one who had access to it. Boom, bam, put you in handcuffs. Jamie, I need to go put some socks off. My feet are extremely cold today.
Very friendly. Yes.
Very nice.
Okay. Did they treat you well?
Absolutely.
Okay. Did he have you provide any sort of? I can't even talk. It's been
I'm gonna have a hard time.
Well, if you get tongue tied, I'm totally good. Did he have you fill out any sort of written statement as to what had happened?
No.
Okay. What I would like from you, and I've got paper here for you, and I will leave and give you a piece. If you want to stay here, I can stay here. It's up to you.
Staying here with you.
Okay. Is and I'll be completely quiet, but I just need a statement from you, starting from, when you went to bed on Sunday evening until you called the police on Monday at whatever time it was. And I understand that you've talked about it and everything else like that. However, it's just a procedural thing that needs to happen. And honestly, I told you, I like honesty. I'm not happy that Officer Hollis didn't get that on Monday.
It's probably fresher in my mind then. I've gone through my head with the timeline, and some of my times don't line up. I made a phone call when I thought I was sleeping.
Okay.
So, I try my best, but I don't want to make any faults.
You're human, right?
Yeah, I'm human.
And all I want is your best.
It might be, specific times I couldn't really be like, this is when I did this, this is when I did that. I could if I had my phone sort of.
Just the best that you can.
Yeah, man. Just know that the times are going to might be wrong, and I would hate to give you a wrong time, and then be like, suspect me something.
I just don't want to blatantly lie like the sky's purple.
Absolutely.
Something like that. If you say this happened at 4:51, and I'm like, oh no, that's bullshit, it was 4:55.
It could be an hour off. It was night. It was just like any other night. It wasn't.
Correct.
So I'm not like checking my time.
Correct, and you're human.
It was a normal night. We drank. We came home. We hung out. I left because I wake up in the night to go pee. I don't go back into the bedroom because I don't want to wake her up. I sleep in my son's room, who doesn't live there, on the couch, and I slept. I made texts, and I talked to people during that period.
Okay.
And it's on the phone.
Just the best in your own words.
But I can't tell you, hey, I made texts at 5, at 3, you know what I mean?
Right.
I can't. I won't write down times, but I'll just kind of give you a brief, like a story without times, because I think.
But just any instance that you can recall.
Yeah.
Like I'm not so time focused right now. It's just the fact that I want to be able to make sure I have everything sequentially. From how I understand it, I want to make sure that I can pick up and go, oh yeah, that's right. When he woke up, he then moved the refrigerator on the roof. Whatever it may be, I want to make sure that sequentially I understand.
Can you help me write it? Because I can't spell for one. I'm pretty horrible. Or just kind of help me.
But if you need help with the word, I can help you spell it, absolutely. And I'm not here to judge stuff.
Not the whole day.
Just from when you went to bed, that Sunday night.
So you don't want to know about where we were prior to.
No. Because that's always stuff that we can follow up on.
Because I'm not really sure when we got home. From.
So, just name, address, date of birth, and then you don't have to worry about anything on the side. Your handwriting is actually much more pleasant than some other ones that I've seen.
Do you want the Westerville?
Yes, please.
This is Rick.
And I really want you to just take your time and make sure that we're all on the same page.
We got home from being in Uptown. We talked. It was her birthday. We talked, we went to bed. Together? Do I say we had sex, or?
Any details like that? I mean, we're all adults.
Made love, I guess. It was her birthday. Fell asleep. I fell asleep. I'm not sure if she did. She might stay up. I'm not sure, but I passed out. Woke up. Went up to pee or urinate. I did look at the clock. I don't want to say that I knew what time it was, but whenever I wake up to go to the bathroom, I look at the clock to see how close it is to the morning, and that determines whether I take a sleeping pill or not.
Okay.
Which is, I don't know the name of it. I think I have one, and it was earlier. So I'm going to say, I don't want to tell say, I mean like 1 maybe, which is early.
Okay.
And I woke up to urinate, went to my son's room to sleep on couch. Couch is C-O-U-C-H. Spent time looking through TROUGH phone. Made a few text messages at MESSAGES. And if you text messages I might have posted on Facebook. I don't know. I'm gonna say I did. I didn't look. Might have posted on Facebook. I texted my stepfather. I did. He texted back. I don't remember it was 3. I think he got back to me at 8. From what I saw today, I actually texted back to him at 8, so I might have been awake later than I thought. But at some point, late morning, late morning, late night, early morning, or you know, like 8, 7, 6, 7, whenever that's late night, late early morning. It's at some point.
Was it sun up?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. At some point, I'm going to say it was starting to be dawn because there's a reason for that. Because usually I do fall back asleep before it gets light out, and then I usually wake up at like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? I didn't wake up till like past 11, I think, which is really late. I could have woke up a few times in between that and 2.
Did he say anything incriminating so far, Jamie?
No, they're just making him go over the timeline once again because I think he said your timelines don't really add up or something, and he said, yeah, I mean, I might be misremembering times and stuff, so he's making him just go over it.
Point, fell back asleep.
But I mean, that's so common.
Yeah.
Because I think I did it some
I
point.
misremember times all the time in my everyday life.
Yeah, and
How many times I tell people, oh yeah, that was like 15 minutes ago, and they're like, ma'am, you did that like 2 hours ago. Oh yeah. Or I think it was between 10 and 11, and it was like way off, you know.
yeah, but this is so they can put it down and then they can impeach him with it later.
Exactly. This is why this is very risky without a lawyer. But you
That's
don't
why
know.
we always say no, but you can call my lawyer.
You can text to somebody. I'm not sure. I don't know if I should put that down.
Yeah.
I might have made a mid-morning text. I remember awaking. The text says the time was like almost 12. I could have woke up at 11, just lied in bed for a little bit. Waking towards how T-W-O-R-D?
T-O-W-A-R-D-S.
T-O-W-A-R-D-S. Yes. Towards noon, I text Emily to see if we were going to a Memorial Day. I spell that
O-R-I-A-L.
M-A-O?
M-E-M.
M-E-M.
O-R-I-A-L.
I-A-L. Day picnic. I I don't know the guy's name. I got it written down. It's in the phone. I'm sure you guys already know.
I've talked about it.
Nick. She didn't respond. Respond. I'm not 100% sure, but I checked my Find phone app, and it said that she was there.
How long after you sent the text, or when you, if you had a ballpark?
I don't know.
More than an hour?
No, it was probably within
Like 5-10 minutes?
I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess. I don't know, but I do know that I looked just to see if she was still in the house, because you know what I mean. It was later. I thought maybe she could have left, you know, early, you know, because she didn't come in and wake me up, which is not like she does that. I mean, we had someplace to go. She didn't respond. At some point, I checked my Find phone, and it was still there. I don't know how much longer I lied in bed, but I know I made another text to her at around 3, and said, well, I guess we're not going. And I'd already been up in the house, so I didn't know her phone was on. I hadn't seen her phone by then, I don't think. Or I wouldn't have texted. It would have been there. I don't know how to word that. She didn't respond. I retexted. I got up, looked through the house. I checked for her car, which was there. Which was there. Went back to my son's room. Lied on the couch. Point in the afternoon, I realized that there was something wrong. There were things, her other stuff was there, and she was gone, and she said, "Come back." Spent time looking at the phone, made a few text messages, might have passed me. Facebook at some point. Made a mid-morning text. I remember waking towards noon. Text me to see if we were going to a Memorial Day picnic. She didn't respond. I got up, looked through the house. I checked for her car, which was there. I went back to.
Oh shit! What did I do?
Mr. Moore?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what it is.
Did you fast forward?
Made a mid-morning text. I remember waking towards noon. Text me to see if we were going to a Memorial Day picnic. She didn't respond. I got up, looked through the house. I checked for her car, which was there. I went back to my son's room, only because I didn't think that anything was at that point wrong. She walks around. She does think she's just not there at that point. To the house, I checked for her car, which was there. I went back to my son's room, lied on the couch, looking through the phone. At some point in the afternoon, I realized there was something wrong. I called her friend Celeste. We talked. She said to call the police. When I saw her phone, at some point, when I saw her phone, it was probably the last thing I really was like, it's not right. Because the phone is pretty much your thing. Information here about that. I mean,
Can I read over that?
yes, I'm sure.
You have very nice handwriting. I'll show you. That is mine.
I didn't do anything in school.
No, you don't. Your handwriting is awful.
You know what stinks is when you make really bad spelling mistakes. I mean,
Detective, I'm going to approaching Angels March 6th at 76 until
Mr. Moore just completed.
Detective, whose handwriting that is, and that statement that he wrote
Matheau Moore's signature.
It's not my coworkers, and your head was there. After being in Uptown, you talked. So you don't remember what time you came back from Uptown?
that we came directly from, I think our last bar was the, not the Hook Line Center, what's that other old school, Bag and Apple. And I think I have the receipt. It was only for like 20, we got fish fry, maybe a couple drinks. I don't think we were there for that long. You can check with them. I think they probably will know.
And then, so then from Old Bank, you went straight home?
We walked across the street, we were parked across the street behind Cold Base, and we went right.
Okay. And was the sun still out when you got home?
I'm guessing that it probably was, but I don't know.
Were you intoxicated when you
Yeah,
drove back?
I mean, yeah.
I appreciate the honesty. We've all done it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're
Okay. So
we
then,
weren't fumbling drunk, but we were.
if you had to approximate that time?
8, 9. We went to my father's. We gardened. You have to check with him, but I think we left there around 4 or 5. We got there at noon. We usually garden for about 4 hours. It was hot. He had friends over. We went home. We washed up, and we went right. We didn't take showers. We just kind of washed up because we were pretty dirty. And went to the bar. So I mean, we were there early.
Okay.
So and we wouldn't make. It's not gonna be like getting home at 12 for months. Okay. It's early. It's like 9, 10. That no later. And it could have been earlier than that.
So you're thinking 8, 9-ish?
I don't. Yeah, probably 8, 9, 10.
Okay. All right. So you get home, you hang out, you drink any more at home? You guys were...
She has beers in the fridge, and the only reason there's beer at my house right now is because that's all that was in there. I don't have beer, so I do. I wouldn't get home at vodka.
Okay.
So I sip vodka on the house, and I didn't have any. Usually when I get home after drinking, that's it for me. She'll continue to drink sometimes. But
did she keep drinking?
I don't.
But you did not?
No.
Okay. And you guys hung out and talked?
We hung out in the kitchen, and we got really along really super well. It was her birthday. We started making out, and we went to the bedroom, and we had sex.
Okay. And that's in... So there's the master bedroom, just to make sure that
The master bedroom.
And then there's what you call your man cave.
That would be my son.
And Joey's room? Okay. Just to make sure that I'm separating right. So you went to your bedroom and had sex?
I went into the master bedroom with my wife, and that's where she likes. Sometimes she sleeps on the porch, on the ground. She likes to be outside. I don't know if she went in there at some point. As far as I know, I fell asleep. I woke up because I had to pee. She was there. I mean, I wouldn't know if she wasn't. I would just know if you were sitting out there. I didn't have anything that she wasn't there. I remember looking at the clock because I like to time how much time I have left to sleep. So whether I take a pill, fall asleep or not, I don't know. I might have been drunk. I'm not still kind of like.
So they went in to have a good night fuck. And he woke up because he had to pee, and he doesn't know if he took a pill because he might have been drunk. But he stopped drinking at 8 the night before. How drunk was he after the 2 beers he had?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they drank when they got home.
No, he just stated she drank. He didn't drink. They hung out in the kitchen. He didn't drink. That's a big inconsistency.
And then
he said she continued drinking beers. She had beers in the fridge. Did you drink? No. We just hung out and had a good time in the kitchen. Then we went into the master bedroom and had sex. I woke up later to go pee, and I had no inkling she wasn't next to me because she likes to go sleep on the porch. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So that's an inconsistency. That's kind of because he then said, I don't know if I can't remember if I took a pill. I might have been drunk, but you couldn't have been drunk if you stopped drinking at 8 o'clock and you only had a couple of beers at the restaurant. Then you had vigorous lovemaking for 13 seconds, fell asleep, got out to pee at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. That would have been out of your system for a long time.
I don't think they just drank at the bar. I think they were drinking before.
That's what he says, Jamie.
No, before they went out.
Oh, he didn't say he was drunk before he left.
I mean,
well, again, we have to go by what he's telling us.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, okay, maybe he didn't drink after, like, they got home, but he could have been.
No, but again, if they go to bed at 11, that's 3 hours of non-drinking. That's 3 servings of alcohol you have at least burned in that time. So how the hell would he be drunk, too drunk to remember if he took a pill in the morning?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I'm.
Well, I maybe I just have, but if he's a straight vodka out of the bottle kind of guy, he probably needs a little more than just 2 beers to stay drunk till 4 in the morning.
And I went into Joe's room. But on my couch, it's something that happens every night. I don't think there's a night that goes by that I sleep all the way through and make sure that I always have to get up cold because I'm oppressive. And I do remember it. Usually it's pretty much I fall asleep an hour. When I was lying in bed for quite a bit, and I made a couple texts, and it's not my phone. Actually, I looked at my phone today, and I think, I don't know how it works, but it was an 8 o'clock phone call. I could have fell asleep and woke up at 8, and then fell back asleep. Next thing you know, I slept into the day, which is very unusual, at like 11, because the first thing I did was text her and be like, are we still going to that party?
And you never ask a Navy man if he have another drink, because it's nobody's goddamn business how many drinks he had in the first place, right? Well, I had 2 drinks, Brandon. Always 2 drinks. I've learned that from watching American police videos. It works every time you're stopped by the popo. They won't do a field sobriety test if you just say, 2 small drinks. Are you sure about that? Yeah, okay, drive on. That's always how that ends when they are on body cam. Never ever is the phrase taser, taser, taser said right after that. Exactly.
Yeah, and
it could be
yeah,
that
and
they
I believe their relationship wasn't the greatest. I mean, we haven't heard anything yet, but like even from what I've hearing with like her drinking, his drinking, like I guarantee they probably weren't in the best place. But
no, and they are both of them probably very, very depressed because death just follows them around.
well, yeah, I mean, his son just, offed himself, and then all the stuff she's already had happen in her life, and they both drink, and they're probably so much there that, who knows?
Yeah.
And that was, I think, Tor's fault.
Hold on. So you have to go pee, and the routine is after you pee, then you don't climb back into bed with her. And the routine is that you look at the clock to see if you should take a sleeping pill or not.
How much time I have left before, if it's like real late into the night, I won't take one. So just have, but if it's early, I do. But I don't know. It was early, but I don't know if I took one or not.
Do you know what type of medicine?
It's like a Ambien, but it's some other derivative of Ambien, and I take half of it.
Okay. All right.
And they definitely.
But you don't remember that night you took one?
I don't remember. And I probably not, because I was up making phone calls, or not phone calls, texting.
Who's up at that time?
You'd have to check. I have a friend in Vegas, so he would be, and he's up there. So the street is full out there. I'm not sure, you'll have to check.
You don't remember who you texted?
I remember texting my stepfather, and that was the one that was at 8, and he's 8 our time, he's East Coast, so.
8 a.m. you texted?
After midnight, that's right.
So was it after midnight, or was it 8 a.m. that you texted?
8, no, it was that night, that early morning, 8 o'clock a.m.
Our time?
Yes, he's
Okay, but what about like at 1 or 2 or whatever time it was?
I made a post at like 3 in the morning, and I think it was my brother, Paul. And,
like a Facebook post?
On iMessenger. You'll have to check. I don't want to lie. I don't want to say, you know what I mean? But I think it was something funny about the MMA fighter guy, the guy that runs the UFC, that's having some sort of stuff that's off the shore. He's doing distancing.
So was this a social media post or like a text message?
It was iMessenger is like a messenger that other people can see. It's just for
So that you sent it iPhone to iPhone?
Yeah.
And this was at like 3 in the morning?
I think it was at 3.
This was stepmother?
Half brother. All of it was in Florida.
Half brother.
And I'm fairly, I've been kind of doing my thing, trying to figure out timelines and stuff, and I'm pretty sure. I think there's one more in there too that I sent out that I don't know if anybody responded to, or I definitely sent it out. I'm not sure. You have to look. A friend.
And you haven't gone back to look to see?
I did. I'm nervous right now. I'm not really sure. I don't think they responded to it, so I don't know. I'm not sure. I have 5 friends that we kind of like just goof around and text each other.
So did you text the one friend or the 5 friends?
I didn't just text 5 friends. I remember texting I believe it was my brother about the Dana White issue, and I remember texting my stepfather about the water bottles. He collects spring water. He drinks spring water, and we just started doing that. We'd go that day. We went downstream of spring water, and I was talking about how the shelf life of water.
Did you text him that night too?
That early morning.
Yeah, the 3-ish or whatever.
Monday early morning.
Yes.
No, it wasn't 3. It was I said it was more like
anytime from midnight to 3-ish.
When we see the times, he might have responded at 8 o'clock, and I texted him at 3. I would have to see my phone to tell. But there was definitely correspondence going on while I'm trying to fall asleep at night.
Any social media posts?
You have to check. I don't think so. I don't think so. But at some point in the morning, I fell back asleep. I did get back to sleep, and I didn't wake up until late into the morning. And the first thing I did was, because I knew we had to go to this, we'd been invited to a party, was I said, hey, we still going to the party, and she didn't respond.
And where was that party?
I don't know him. She just barely knows him. It's on there. I talked to him, actually. I gave him, they were like, who's this guy? And I found out who he was, and they called him. And I texted him, and I asked him, maybe she went over there.
You texted him on your phone?
I'm not sure. No, it was hers, because it was through her. It was her. I wouldn't have it. I don't even know this guy. And I asked him, hey, is Emily over there? Maybe she went over there without me. Maybe I slept too late. She said, whatever, I'm not going to get him up. I'm just going to go without him. And he said he hadn't heard from her all day.
About what time was that?
11, 12, 11, maybe close to 12.
You texted him?
I don't know, maybe a couple hours after that, or after that. I would hate to not say, I don't know.
So then, in your words, you got up like around 11ish?
I was closer to 12, if I remember correctly. And I got up and I walked around and she wasn't there, and I'm like, okay, she's out doing her thing. And I went back to my couch. She was kind of there, found over from the night before. And the next thing I did was text her again at, I think 3. It was like 3 hours later. And I'm like, I guess we're not going to the party. Where are you? I didn't ask her that, but I was like, I guess we're not going to the party. And that was the last thing I texted her. Got up again. And then I looked, there's her car. There's her purse. There's her phone. Things started, this isn't right.
Where was her phone when you found it?
On her end table.
Is that only where it is?
Yes. Well, no. I mean, yeah, sometimes. If she's flying there, that's where it is.
Does she generally sleep in the bed?
Like I said, sometimes she sleeps on the floor. She's just been recently doing that.
Well, what I'm saying is when she sleeps in bed, is her phone on the end table next to the bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean.
And then when she sleeps on the floor, where does she put her phone?
The phone's with her.
Okay. Does she always have her phone with her?
She always has her phone with her. And the only time she doesn't, and I said this when the first guy came over, she goes out with these forage things, and she does this route. And he was like, does she ever go out at night, by herself? And I'm like, no, she doesn't. That's something, but she does. At times, now that I think of it, especially if she's got a buzz and she's drinking, she'll get that, and she'll grab a flashlight, and she'll go on us, and she comes back with the forage, and she shows them.
Real quick, I have a question. So between 11 and 3, what were you doing? Were you just laying there on the couch?
11 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, it was lying in my sunroom. Kind of just chilling, recovering, waiting for her.
Did you ever go to the bathroom at any point? Did you drink?
I don't. Yeah, there was periods where, I definitely got up.
You didn't know she was gone? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The first time when I texted her and said, are we going to this party? And she didn't get back to me, I checked the Find My phone, and the phone said that she was there. So I'm like, okay, at some point that happened. So it just didn't, okay, she's doing her thing, she's going to come in and get me when we're ready to go, or whatever. At some point, she didn't come in and get me. I got up, went out there, between 11 and 3 at some point. It still wasn't a big concern. I wasn't freaked out. I kind of went around a little bit, and the first thing I did was look to see if her car was there, because she got the call. That would have made sense to believe she left. Her car was there, so okay, she's doing something. She's just out and about. I texted her again at 3. I'm pretty sure that's the time. You guys can check that.
And in between those 2 times, you texted the gentleman in?
No, I didn't get concerned until the second time I texted her and said, hey, I guess I'm not going.
You texted him after
3, could have been 3:40, could have been 3:50. Okay. Then after that text, that's when I got, I didn't even know her phone was still there because I texted it. So her sister made a through text that I didn't notice. And her sister says,
just remember to be careful before stuffing the box with Val's name, ? Something like that. There is always that right tail event in the district. Jamie, do you understand, Brandon?
I do not. I was reading it. I was like, what is he saying?
Smile and wave. Smile and wave.
Yeah.
Remember, vote Brandon for Mod of the Year. The link to the Buckeyes 2025 is at the top of the chat.
It was at 3:45. She said she responded.
3:45.
3:45 p.m. on Monday.
Yes. Let me think. I'm getting screwed up. I'm not getting this screwed up. Maybe it was. No, it was 8:45 in the morning. That's what it was. It was 8, so while I'm sleeping.
So her sister, what was her sister's name?
Her sister name is Amy.
Okay. She said a group text at 8:45 then?
To her and I, and from that you can tell whether someone views it. And she said that we both viewed it at some point. I don't know when I did. She said that, I don't know if you can tell when they get viewed, but it was viewed. And I didn't, it wasn't me that viewed it with the phone. So to me, she was there at 8:45 or 8 in the morning. Emily was there. That's my. And the guy across the street, John, said that he saw her at 10 or 10:30 or whatever.
No, that's incorrect. John says backtrack.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what the year. And he originally said like 8 to 9, and then he's now saying I can't
swear to it.
And maybe not put it Sunday.
So that makes it look bad for me.
Well, it just makes it great. I mean, not to just, we're not going to put
you guys want to look at anything in my body, you want to look at anything at all, I'm here.
You know what? You guys fill up the chat with engagement. It's a Black Swan reference. Yeah. Brendan, yell at Jess for not engaging people. And Sue has been quiet for too long. I'm thinking those two are planning to make the beagle attack you.
I think she said she was going to lunch with her daughter and granddaughter. So
she is trying to get a beagle to attack Brendan and kill him. We all know this.
Yeah, they're plotting. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're almost soonly done.
Well, let's just talk.
I hope you guys know that I love my wife and I would never hurt her.
That's kind of where.
You know why. Isn't that how you answer that question, Jamie, when we're arguing?
You know why.
Yeah.
I'm going next is so because we've kind of beat this timeline down pretty good. So you guys got married 2 years ago?
We got married August 28. August 28, 2018. Easy one to remember.
8/28. Okay.
And I had a son.
Any tissues or anything? Drink water? Okay. We know that. We don't need to. We don't want to bring up bad memories, so let's try and focus on. Okay, because I would.
Oh, schizophrenia is the worst thing that happened to me.
Thank you, Kesma. And more people should do it. Vote for Brandon as Mod of the Year and Sue as the worst person.
I don't know what to know. What do you want to know?
So, what years did you live out in Vegas?
No. I had 25 years out there. 92, 94. And I left to come out here to get my son. He was having trouble in school. And not trouble, just couldn't learn very well out there. And didn't have special education. My dad said, come on out here and live with me. And we'll enroll him in Worthington. And they have a special course for kids and they're doing well. And so I moved out here. And that's when I was out here. I don't know what year that was. I guess it was just 2 years ago. He was a freshman in high school, so he would have graduated this year, so it would have been 4 years ago. He was in 9th grade. And Emily and I met via the internet, and we started dating, and it lasted like a year. My son didn't make it in school he was going to, and I ended up having to move out of the house in my dad's, and I was living with my dad. And I ended up in a place I could afford because I was working at the casino here in town, which is real crappy. I only afforded to. Yeah, I was making really good money out there, and so I moved to the continent, and I just wasn't making enough money. So and Emily and I weren't like living together type relationship. So I took off. I said I got to go back to Vegas and try to get my job back. And I went back there, and my son got sick, and I'd still been in contact with Emily, and I'm like, Joey's sick, sick. He's got. And I don't have any insurance because I quit my job, and when I moved back to Vegas, they didn't give me insurance. It was a long process because of that Obamacare, so I didn't have any insurance to take care of my kid that had caught schizophrenia. We didn't know what schizophrenia then, but he was sick. And she said, come on back here and marry me. Come on back here and marry me, we'll get him in Westville. So I moved back probably in July. We got married in August, we enrolled in school. Okay. And that's how things went, and things were really, really super great.
And things were great with you and him?
Yeah.
Okay.
My life.
Now, we all have some issues with our wives. You and I have both been married once before and divorced, okay? We all know how marriages are, so there's ups and downs. What were the downs?
I lost my sex drive after my kid died, sort of, and there was an issue with that.
This is why you need a lawyer, so you don't sit there and say that. But you just said that you had sex with her the night before she disappeared.
There was never any. She really was really great with the house. She was really meticulous, and I liked it. She reminded me of my mother when I came to take care of a home, and so she would tell me to watch this and do that, and I really dug it. We would bicker about.
For the record, sorry, stop recording at 42 minutes, 58 seconds. Yeah, I see it's now noon. This witness is going to continue for many hours. I think probably a good place to break for lunch if that works very well.
Perfect timing, because I need to go fix my New Year's Eve dinner as well and get ready for my king to speak to me about what he thinks will happen to Denmark in the new year. Yes, this is the beauty of having a monarch. You can listen to him, and you don't have to listen to the stupid politicians. They talk tomorrow. And he's way more popular than them anyway. We're going to meet our daughter and granddaughter. Sadly, no bar. Well, Sue, that hasn't stopped you any time at all. Kippy Hippie, happy birthday to you as well. Jamie, I need to go finish my food. I'm having strip loin and some oven-baked potatoes with some spices and some bacon béarnaise sauce. What are you having?
I'm gonna get a pizza tonight, but I haven't even had breakfast yet. I'm so hungry. So that sounded delicious.
Well, yeah, I whipped myself yesterday. It hurt like hell. I found out I'm not a masochist. So, you ladies, if you need a sadist, I got that part down.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I did it, and it hurt like hell. It's a stinger. But, Jamie, on this last day of 2025, let me again say thank you so much for being you. A full another year. This is the third year you have been in my life, and it's always a joy having you around. Your job is a-holes because we haven't hung out as much as we used to, but it's always wonderful when I get to hang out with you because you provide the laughs that I need for these long ass streams. And chat, thank you all so much for the new, the old, the degenerates, the saints, the sinners. It's been a tough year in chat. Brandon has been through a lot, but we have all been making him feel welcome, I hope, by not overdoting on him, but still treating him like he is a massive pain in the buttocks, just like he likes it. Because if there's one thing I hate when I'm a little bit iffy is people treating me like I'm a rotten egg. So thank you all for being assholes to Brandon. I know he appreciates it. Well, I just make that up, but I appreciate all of you do it. Carnitas tacos tonight. Whoop! I'm having a shrimp sandwich.
God,
I would love a shrimp sandwich.
You would love a shrimp sandwich.
Yeah, I was actually looking at buying some shrimps and thought, no, I'm not going to make two dishes. I'm just alone. I'm having mint chocolate ice cream for dessert.
Yum.
It's so good. You don't know how good it is, Jamie. It's so good. And Fedorowski is going for turkey, red cabbage, potatoes, carrots, gravy, Brussels sprouts, and peas.
Look at you.
And Teresa is alone tonight. I'm cooking strip loin. So yeah.
Yeah,
the
I'm just
interview
chilling
was
tonight, so a pizza it is for me. I don't want to do crazy.
Yeah, bacon béarnaise. It's a Finnish sauce product. I'm not gonna whip up a béarnaise for myself because I had to stream as well. So I found one of those and I thought it was just béarnaise. I came home, it was bacon béarnaise. That's the reason I'm a fat guy. But everyone, depending on how Chinese food, baby, New England tradition, just ordered mine, won't be ready for 8 more hours. Sadly, we don't have good Chinese food in
Oh
my
my
town.
God, now Chinese sounds good. Now I want. Dang it.
We're
So many
doing
choices.
barbecue ribs and other appetizers like things. Hope everyone is safe and happy New Year's Eve. Thank you, Jemima. Panella G says, we like Brandon. Don't go overboard. If I deleted my inappropriate comment, now I have to retype it. Yeah, you better. Don't get all feely with us. So we'll be eating turkey for days now. It's good on rye bread. Shrimp would really nice, like the old days of too much shrimp to know what to do with. That would be nice. And hey, I could eat a
You
shrimp
guys are
taco
shrimp.
later if you know what I mean.
No, no one knows.
That's this female sexual organ, Jamie.
I don't call it a shrimp taco if you're trying to be sexy.
There's a reason why I'm a virgin, Jamie.
Clearly.
It's game like that really. Hey, lady.
Give me some of that shrimp taco.
Look, I'm not trying to be negative or anything. I just don't think things will ever get better again. Just worse, much, much worse than you could ever.
Brandon, everything will get better. Everything always works out. It's going to be fine. Look at that. Everybody's having Chinese. Now I might have to check it out. There's a good place uptown.
Baker is not a good guy. That's why we love him. Everyone gets Chinese for New Year's. It's crazy. No reason for any other restaurant. I like Chinese food.
Me too. I love a good crab cheese. Oh my goodness. Could eat those all day.
But shrimp cheese is too much for you. But crab cheese, absolutely just fine.
Well, it technically, most of the time doesn't have any crab in it. It's just cream cheese, deep fried in a little guy, and you dip it in some sweet and sour. Your favorite, I'm sure. Yes, I call it crab cheese, but it's crab rangoon, yeah.
Jamie, not a serious comment like how your threats of drowning me aren't serious, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely don't like all food. Whew, don't get me started on what I don't like.
It's a list, guys. You could write a book of
Yeah,
what he doesn't like.
cookbook of what not to make the baker.
Yeah.
Most
You want to
people
win
will
his
find
heart. Don't eat any of, or don't bring any of these foods to his house.
Yeah, never bring me cheesecake. Don't ever mention a cheese Danish. Anything that's sour cream or cottage cheese related, just keep it away from me. Anything that has the texture of cottage cheese, no thank you. Avocados can go suck a lemon. I don't like lemons either. Other than that, I'm perfect. I'm not a big fish eater. I don't like fake barbecue sauce. Yeah. I don't want county shrimp cheese. I like the buco. That's the good one. So yeah, I didn't go fat because I eat all food. I go fat because I like bad food. So
That's kind of the problem with all of us, I'm sure. We're not gaining weight because we like it all. I'm a picky eater, and
yeah.
come on.
But Jamie, I think that'll be it because before my dinner is done, it's 6 o'clock and I have to listen to the King. Thank you all so much in chat. Thank you all for what you've done for me by helping me reach insane goals. I was going for 15,000 subscribers this year, and you all shattered it. Thank you so much for all the wonderful people I have collaborated with the last year, new and old and new, good and bad, and people who turned around and stabbed you in the back because that's the truth about the internet. Don't go around hacking other people's account as someone is claiming Aiden has done now, because why not bully him for that as well? If I can wake up early enough and no one else is streaming at midnight, I might jump on and do a midnight stream for a couple of hours and hit a few of the time zones. If not, we will do the Buckeyes tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, where we will do the final voting on who is the top in the different categories on this 2025 year in the Broken Baker universe. Legos, baking, painting, and trials, and maybe saying cunt and retard a little bit too much. But hey, I am but a sinner.
Happy New Year, everyone.
We don't break plates, we jump into the new year from a chair, but I will probably be in bed before midnight because I am not a big fan of all the fireworks, and it goes crazy around midnight. So we don't do that.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you all so much. Go out there, watch out for fireworks, and don't get too drunk, but drunk enough that you will love the ones you're in the room with. Not drunk enough that you love them enough that your husband and you will get in a fight over it.
I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing?
I know English is your second language, but you don't word
It's
your
my
questions
third,
carefully.
but I'm still better at it than you. You are
The most important people in this case that everybody seems to have forgotten in this room is the jury. So we're going to take a 15-minute break and both sides take a pregnant pause and think about the jury.